6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
So brings up Trevor Mattson. Mattson, big day with the shillelagh. 2 doubles for him. That thing is a shot to left field. Back goes the left fielder, all the way back to the wall, and that's a home run! Trevor Mattson, home run, 370 feet. He is fired up, look at him. That kid is pumped. He has been jacking the ball all night. 2 doubles, and there's a home run. Wow. Double, and home run. What a night for Trevor Mattson.
3-2 pitch, hit hard, down the first baseline, fair. 2 runs will score as Riley's around first. He's headed to second. It's a stand-up 2-run double, and 5 are on the board for the Hastings Sodbusters here in the 6th.
Matt Hallbeck comes up now. Hallbeck chance to be the hero here. The Busters can walk it off. That one into left center field. That's going to do it right there. Walk off. Matt Hallbeck with the walk-off. And the Busters win it as Tyrell scores the winning run. 2-1 your final. That is the clutch hit. This could be the winning hit. And it is. The runner's going to score. Busters win it. They win the series. But 4 hits in the game for Cameron McClure. And there he is right there. I called it. He needed a hit. There's 1 run in. Jackson's coming. Here's another play. Dawson to the plate. And he is safe. Busters score 2 on it. Nice base running. Jackson and Dawson on their horses. Back up the middle. Again, another hit from McGuigan. Somebody get this guy a bucket of water. He's on fire.
Sodbuster Baseball is on the air.
Check, there I am. Okay, welcome everybody to Hastings. Josh Salmon along with you. Steve Stein will be along momentarily as we get to our Sodbuster pregame show going on. A lot of interviews to get to today, but first let's take a look at the game on Monday. Game number 1 against these 2 teams, and it was a good one for the Busters. Busters bats were on fire, if you will. 12 runs they scored on 14 hits, and a good night on the mound as well for the Busters. We'll talk to Chris Ceballos here in a minute about that. But Busters were doing very well. They scored almost every opportunity they had. Yes, they left some guys on base, but when you put up 14 hits and 12 runs and you win the game, that's a good night at the office. However, Fremont had a bad night at the office. They gave up the 12 runs. They themselves had 9 hits, but only were able to score 1 run. It was in the top of the first inning, didn't score the rest of the night, and they also allowed 6 errors. So, you can't give up that kind of thing and only score at the top of the inning and be good with a win on that one. So for Fremont, they're looking for a little redemption tonight. They were very tired, in all fairness, on Monday night. They played a lot of games in a row. Both teams with the day off yesterday and back here for game number 2 tonight. And let's go ahead and start off our interview. Steve Stein's been busy. He talked to Blake Scott. He talked to Sawyer Duddleston, and he talked to Friday night's starting pitcher Will Horton. Let's get to those interviews right now here on the pregame show. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Duddleston, who had another multi-hit game as the Sodbusters blew out Fremont. So you're talking about your background, how you came to be a Sodbuster.
So I play for school at Arkansas Tech, and we got really good connections down there at Tech. Our coach is really close with these coaches, so I just had a spot here and enjoyed it. Definitely enjoyed it.
And you've got a couple of Arkansas Tech teammates on the team this year. There were Arkansas Tech guys last year. Does that add to the comfort level where you got some guys coming in?
Oh yeah, it's definitely plays a part in the decision making. Knowing 3 or 4 guys here on the team, it makes it pretty easy, not just coming in as the new guy knowing nobody. It's good to have a few buddies on the team.
You played a lot of right field for this team. What's the outfield like to play here at spacious Duncan Field out there in right? It's a lot of ground to cover.
Yeah, out here at Duncan, it's a journey playing the outfield. But on windy nights like this, it's also pretty weird because you got 200 feet to work with behind you, but all the wind's blowing in and knocking everything down.
Now, I think you were listed as an infielder. Did you play a lot of infield at Arkansas Tech, or you've been mainly an outfielder? What's your position at Arkansas Tech?
Yeah, I played third base my redshirt year there, and then my redshirt freshman year I got moved to outfield. I played about 6 or 7 games left, and I got moved to center for the rest of the season.
So outfield pretty comfortable for you?
Yeah, very comfortable. You would think it'd be a little difficult getting it. Oh, as I just got a bunch of water down my back. He's got an interview in a minute, so I'll get him back. Yeah, outfield's just it's real comfortable to me. Only a year and a half into it, and it's like I've done it my whole life.
That's awesome. And man, swinging the bat, my goodness. And you had that ankle injury earlier this year, and you've seemed to come off of that and really found your groove.
Yeah, with the ankle, it's just slowed me down a little bit on the bases, but just got to keep swinging it and staying hot, doing what I can for the team.
I was going to say, when you get in a groove like this, try not to think too much about it. Just go out and swing it.
Right, yeah, I can't think about, oh, I gotta go 2 for 4 tonight to keep the 500 average. I gotta do this and do that. No, I just look to each at bat's its own at bat. Look to go up there and get a quality at bat.
Talking with Sawyer Duddleston, one of the outfielders in a very deep outfield. Talk about this group, man. It is a fun group of outfielders you got on this team.
Oh yeah, no, some of the best dudes I've ever played with. Tyson, GK, all those guys, Burrows, DQ, all those guys in the outfield. Just great dudes, great dudes.
This team seems like it's got a lot of chemistry to you guys. There's a genuine likeness for everybody.
Oh yeah, definitely. And if I miss some outfield, don't kill me for that. But definitely, just first day out here, it's like we've been friends since we were 12 playing together. It's a bunch of deep bonds already.
Time with Sawyer Duddleston. Tell us about academics. So what are you studying? What would you like to see yourself doing once college is done?
So I'm getting my major in marketing management, and then I'm planning on getting my MBA since I'll be on scholarship for another 3 years. I don't really know what the future holds, just kind of getting through school, doing all that. Academic part isn't always fun, but to be a student athlete, you got to be a student.
And I was going to say, is baseball fun of it? I mean, you can major in business. You can do a lot of things baseball-wise, too, and still keep your hand in baseball.
Right. No, I plan on coaching for a kid someday, if not making coaching my career.
Sawyer Duddleston, one of the leaders on this Hastings Sodbuster team, as that's our Sodbuster Spotlight. I'm Steve Stein.
All right, coming back, we'll hear from a couple other players as well, Blake Scott and Will Horton, plus my interview with Coach Chris Sabalos. We'll get to that here on the pregame show. This is Sodbuster Baseball from Duncan Field. Let's go ahead and, let's just go ahead and into the interview. Let's do the Blake Scott interview.
It's your Sodbuster Baseball, our Spotlight today with Blake Scott. Huge RBI triple as the Sodbusters rally from behind. How big was this win for the team after losing the last couple?
It was nice to come in here today and play with a lot of energy and, obviously taking the third game of the series, so that's important to us.
Down 4-0. Talk a little about the mindset you had to make the comeback.
Down 4-0 is tough. I mean, you can either lay down or you can go fight. We went right to the fight. We chipped away. We got runners on, and then we executed when we had runners on.
You listed as a catcher. You get a chance to play first base, DHing. Talk a little about the catching unit you had. You guys have quite a few guys who can be behind the backstop.
A lot of us catch a lot in the spring, so it's nice to kind of save our legs before going back into the fall, but it's a good gig.
Now, early in the year, it's funny, you got all these fast outfielders. Blake Scott leads the team in triples, 4th triple of the year. Were you a triple?
Bulk.
In the gaps and running hard, I guess.
And Duncan Field's kind of built for triples. You take off, you have a pretty good chance to get to 3 if you hit one of the gaps.
Yeah, that's right.
Talk a little bit about your college. I know you go to school at Northern Oklahoma Enid. Tell us a bit about that particular school.
So, Northern Oklahoma College Enid is a small little JUCO. Made the World Series back in 2019, then COVID year, and been there for 2 years and really like what they have. They've got a good program. Coach Mansfield's doing a great job there. Good tradition.
And you guys ended up wrapping up this season. You've played 2 years. Have you got a college for next year? You're going back there for one more?
I'll be going to Washburn University in Topeka, Kansas.
Cool deal. Tell us a bit about the opportunity to go to Washburn. I know there's a couple of guys who play for Washburn on the Sodbusters. How cool is that?
Yeah, it's pretty awesome to be able to go to a 4-year school. I mean, it's honestly a blessing. And then getting to play right next to Tegan and Jake Schroeder this summer has been awesome, kind of getting to know the guys and what goes on in the fall and the spring.
What about this group? It seems like there's good chemistry on the Hastings Sodbusters.
Yeah, it's really good chemistry. It's crazy. We all come in. We're all from different places. Not a whole lot of us know each other, and we just come in, and it's baseball. I mean, you all mesh. You're all friends. You're all family. It's just a baseball thing.
What were your options coming out for summer ball? I mean, and what attracted you to coming to Hastings?
I didn't have a whole lot of options, actually. I texted the assistant coach, Coach Crimmins at Washburn, and he kind of put me here, and I'm glad to be here. It's an awesome place.
great to have you here. Tell us about academics. What do you see yourself studying?
At junior college, I was a business major. I'm going to change that to data analytics when I go to a 4-year and hopefully be a stats guy or something of that sort.
Data analytics, so is that going to mean a lot more math classes? Tell us about what you can do with that statistician program.
So it'll be a lot of math classes, but it'll also be a lot of spreadsheets and kind of building spreadsheets to obviously figure out what the best option is. So
you play almost every day here. Talk about the attitude or the philosophy of summer baseball. I mean, college sometimes, you have a lot of off days. Is it fun to play baseball every day?
It's awesome to play every day. I mean, you don't have to worry about school. You don't have to worry about anything. You just wake up and go to the field. It's a great opportunity.
Blake Scott, one of the leaders. He's been awfully fun to watch here early in the season as he is our Sodbuster Spotlight. I'm Steve Stein, as this is Sodbuster Baseball. It's another Sodbuster Spotlight as we have opportunity to hail from Will Horton. Great outing for him as he was the winning pitcher against the Fremont Moo.
Where's the other line?
You get an early run on you, but there wasn't much panic in that first inning. Talk about the start that you had against Fremont.
Well, they got 3 or 4 hits, I believe, in the first inning. I left a couple pitches hanging, and it bailed me out with another run. But just more execution, against both these guys. So I think executing got me out of that first inning. I think Jones plan was pretty good. The game plan ended the next inning. I mean, it just went well. Obviously, the scoreboard shows a lot, but really it was all the guys in the dugout that just kept it easy when that first inning can sometimes get hectic.
And the offensive run support, I mean, kept putting the add-on runs. Does that give you more confidence, or does that kind of make it tough to focus that you're still going to go out and get outs regardless of the score?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think it honestly gives me more confidence, and I love seeing the guys throw the baseball. And, Pat's been quiet recently, 3 or 4 runs. But today was great. So it definitely gives me
Sodbusters, U12.
Every time a ground ball hits one of those guys, I just got to hit. And they're full of confidence as well. So it just builds on confidence. And I know I'm about to get watered down.
That was payback. Sawyer Duddleston getting Will Horton after Will Horton did it to him. Arkansas Tech teammates, how fun is it to have a couple of other Wonder Boys here with you?
Oh, it's great. I mean, I love playing with these guys, and now this is just extra. So it's a dream come true. And I've got 2 high school buddies as well with me. So, I mean, I've got 7 brothers outside of baseball, and I'm making a ton more here this summer. And I love the group, so it's awesome.
And you mentioned it, Jacob Watson, he joins the team this summer. Probably think you're never going to play with that guy again, and you get a chance to do some summer ball.
Yeah, that was kind of our thought process about it. It was our last time to really toe the field together. And I mean, you can't say you can't be romantic about baseball, But so we are. Me and him and Sam Adams, we all went to high school together, so we definitely wanted to come up here. Had a great time last year, and they're loving it. So playing the field with them, I mean, it's a dream come true,
Last year, fun chemistry, not as many wins as you'd hope for. How fun is it this year? Because, you guys are in every game. You're winning a lot of games. It seems like this is a pretty complete team.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, winning's always fun. I mean, last year was a struggle, and we had fun, and I love all those dudes. But, this year, I think the returners, at least, were tired of getting their teeth kicked in. So we definitely wanted to be different, and boy, are we different. So, I mean, it's a ton of fun. Like I said, just having all those extra guys there. And, pitching well, stroking the ball well. So, it's awesome. Winning's fun.
And how much different is your role, Will, now that you're, an experienced guy? How much do you add to the younger guys, your first-year players coming in?
I mean, it's good because last summer I came in here and I didn't have a big role at Tech. I was looking to develop a few things and learn the hard way through summer ball, but then went into the spring and in the fall and had a good year. And now I have some similar roles guys coming here because they didn't pitch a whole lot, and they're looking to develop their stuff. And my best advice for them is, it is summer ball. Winning isn't everything. It sure is fun when you do it, but when you work on things, you make competitive pitches, and maybe spots you wouldn't in the fall or the spring, it's going to be 10 times better for when it does matter. So I tell them to enjoy it, but also remember why they're here, because it'll play dividends when they go back to school.
You were a regular for the Wonder Boys, 55 innings pitched in the spring. Was there some concern about fatigue this summer? Or do they kind of watch you in terms of pitch count, number of innings, so you don't get too blown out by the fall?
I did talk to Coach Dawson about that, and I've always been a play kind of guy. And I am an only child back home, so I know my parents suck, but I love playing baseball, and I make all these other brothers here, and I love coming back and meeting you guys. But as far as pitch count and stuff, my coach encouraged me to pitch as much as I wanted, let the body and the arm tell you how you feel. But I believe the best injury prevention is playing and is pitching and doing the same routine. I allow myself to take 2 or 3 off days maybe than I would in the fall or the spring because it is summer. But it's the same lifting program, same throwing program, and obviously along the mound, it's same pitches. And it's also working on stuff that I worked on last year. Developed 2 pitches last year here, threw them in bad counts, but now I can throw them in good counts. So now I'm working on the next pitch, to throw another count. So it's always a process. But no, I love pitching, I love doing it. So no restrictions there.
John, with Will Horton, have you got one more year of baseball or 2?
So I have 2. I just got into the master's program at Tech, so I'm going to be there for a second year. So I'm going to do my eligibility, thanks to COVID, giving me another free year, get another degree. So I'm going to ride the wave as long as I can, and hopefully one more summer ball experience, but definitely 2 more as one degree. So I'm excited.
Academics, tell us a bit about that. What's your major? What would you like to see yourself doing? What's baseball stuff?
So I'm a business management pre-law major. I grew up going to school. School education was always pressed upon me. Luckily, by my parents, so I have a good foundation there. The goal is law school. I have no intention of playing baseball at the next level. I'm just going to enjoy it. Get 2 or 3 degrees out of it.
29.
Law school when I'm done playing.
Jake Schroeder.
Now I'm simply just enjoying the ride. Probably having the most fun I've ever had. The summer once you're just playing because you love the game. So it's super fun.
Have you got a vision in terms of what area of law you'd like to go into?
Corporate law. I've thought about corporate law quite a bit, actually. I don't think I can do criminal or anything. I'm born and raised cradle Catholic, so some of my morals and ethics probably wouldn't fit that way in a criminal courtroom, but I think I want to help some businesses get out of tough things and just, I love negotiating and asking questions. I love arguing, and I can argue all day long.
You speak up of the reserve the right to refuse service to anyone for any reason. You speak up of the want to have a great time at the game, for example, live responsibly and never.
Pregame show. Thank you, Steve, for all that. Steve, what would have been funny on that last part is if you said, he says, I love to argue. You go, no, you don't. And then he goes, yes, I do. And you're like, no, you don't. Yes, I do. He would love to argue with you. So
remember your experience as a
just make sure your things are plugged in there that you play. Coming up, I have an interview with Coach Chris Sabalos. I had a chance to visit with him after Monday night's game, and honestly, it was a process of elimination because I couldn't find Luke Bay. I think he was hiding from me. No, he was getting swarmed on the field by a bunch of players and people he knew and stuff like that. So he ended up apologizing later, but I said, no big deal, you're busy. But Chris is a good interviewer too, and we'll play that here momentarily as Caden gets it ready for you on the cameras, and we'll have game number 2 with Fremont. Busters would like to have taken a couple of those runs on Monday night, put them in your pocket, save them for tonight, because this Fremont team, they're not going to lose 12-1 very often, and look for them to come back and be very strong tonight.
Going to be a lot of fun, and really every game is so huge because it's hard to believe we're less than a week away from the end of the first half.
That's crazy.
So Hastings controls its own destiny. They keep on winning. They guarantee themselves a spot in the postseason at the end of the year. So these games, you're kind of in postseason feel right now for the Hastings Sodbusters with 4 teams battling for that first half title, if you will, in the Nebraska Land Division of the Independence League.
Yeah, currently Hastings is 12-7 with a .632 winning percentage. They have 5-5 in the last 10 games and a half game up on Western Nebraska Pioneers. They're only 13-9 and 5-5. North Platte Plainsmen are 13-10, and they're a 1-game losing streak, 6-4 in the last 10. Fremont tonight is 10-9, 1 game under 5 or 1 game above 500, I should say. They have 2 games back, which still is anybody's ball game, and 4-6 in the last 10. Nebraska Prospects are 7-7, right at 500, 2.5 back. Still, they're in it as well with a 6-4 in the last 10 games. So it'll be fun. It'll be fun next couple weeks, and we'd love to see you guys out here tomorrow night. 9 innings of winning. They're giving away all kinds of stuff. We'll talk about that many times throughout the night. And when we get Scott Galusha on a little bit later, he says he's going to come on and talk about that as well. Plus more. Let's go ahead and play that interview with Chris Sabalos, as I had a chance to catch up with him after Monday night's win.
Definitely.
All right, with Coach Chris here, and good win tonight, Coach. Anytime you guys put up 12 runs against Fremont, that's a good night.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Our guys did a really good job. We told them before the game, let's come out with some fire. Let's hit them early, and let's hit them every single inning, and our guys did just that. We had 30 quality at-bats, and, it showed tonight how good our team really can be.
Let's had all the hits. Everybody in the lineup, up and down the lineup. You had Duddleson had 3, had 3 guys with 2 hits. Everybody in the lineup was doing their part. Even if they didn't get a hit, they walked, got on still bases, and just things like that make a pitcher's night a lot easier.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It makes our pitchers, more comfortable on the mound, and hitting's contagious. So it was good to see, everyone stuck with their approach and hit well. And I knew it was going to be a pretty good day for us watching BP.
Will Horton, got a couple situations where he had some runners on, that kind of thing, but seemed to get out of them every time. He got the ground ball, the fly out, wherever he needed, and really settled in there after that first inning.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, he doesn't have overpowering stuff, but the kid, he just fights every single inning, and he goes out there looking to help his team out as best he can, and he did just that today, and the pitching was awesome by him.
It's good to see, the guys, obviously Tyson Gertis needed some hits. He comes in, maybe that's a little something to spark something for him, get going. Watson always does it. I mean, he's just night after night. Blake Burrows got on base. Nick Jones got a hit there at the end. So it's nice to just kind of see the guys sharing the wealth.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Especially Tyson Gertis. He needed that hit really bad, and it just, hopefully it builds for him. We told him, just stick with it. He hadn't been swinging at the best, but hey, this game comes around to the people that do all the right things, and he's the kind of kid that works his butt off every single day, and I knew it was just a matter of time. So hopefully that at bat, that hit kind of builds up for him.
I'm a big defensive guy. Defense tonight was awesome. Give up the 1 error early, but then after that, they were solid. I mean, the outfield and 36-mile-an-hour winds are fighting that out there, and Garrett Kennedy in left field, it's my player of the game for defense anyways. He did some great jobs. Those winds are horrible, and these guys just played solid.
Yeah, I mean, all year we've been pretty solid defensive-wise. I know we had a couple of games where, more errors than we would like, but no, this team's really sound defensively, and it's really nice to see. It's everywhere on the field. We got the fastest outfield in the league, we think. But no, guys are doing a really good job playing catch and just playing vanilla.
Do you think the speed maybe forced some of the errors tonight? I mean, there a couple times where they double clutched on a really fast guy to throw across and made a missed throw. They tried to pick a guy off stealing and throw it the first. I mean, they're fatigued, but I think some of those were just mental mistakes.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We tell our guys, it doesn't take a lot to give us your best effort. Give us your hard 90. It's the easiest thing you can do in this game. You can't really control anything else, but giving hard 90s all around, it puts pressure on the defense, and we saw it tonight. I mean, our fast guys and some of our not even so fast guys still gave hard 90s out of the box, puts a little pressure on them. Next thing you know, they look up and they have to, throw the ball in a hurry. And I mean, I think it was 6 errors, so we capitalized on it pretty well.
Appreciate Chris Sabalos taking time with me on the post game on Monday night after that big win, and he just happened to come around the corner at the right time, and he's always willing to do an interview. So good guy down there is Chris. Let's take a look at the starting lineups here for the visiting Fremont Moo. Dorian Morphew, very familiar with him from last year. Didn't see him in Game 1. He is going to lead things off in center field. Then you have Kanan Dodge at second base, again from last year's team. He is batting second. Nico Aspaqueta, I've been practicing that. He is batting third tonight at the DH. Bentley Bookout is your first baseman batting cleanup. Zach Samoya is left fielder batting fifth. Austin Baskin at shortstop batting sixth. Matt Spear behind the dish batting seventh. Tyler Harrington third base batting eighth. And you have Hayden Lewis is your right fielder batting ninth with the pitcher of Kai Tyler. So again, for Fremont, it's Morphew, Dodge, Aspaqueta, Bookout, Samoya, Baskin, Spear, Harrington, Lewis, and Taylor. For the Hastings Sodbusters, this is the lineup that Luke Bay sends out there. It's Garrett Kennedy. He's going to be leading things off in left field. Brett Zimmerman batting second, playing third base. You have Aaron Harper as a shortstop batting third. Braden Larson, the big kid just out of high school. He is batting cleanup tonight, playing first base. Sam Adams is your DH batting fifth. Danny Garcia at second base batting sixth. Fred Bond is your catcher batting seventh. Tyson Gertis is your right fielder batting eighth. And Dallin Quigley's in center field batting ninth with Jake Schroeder on the hill. Again, for the Busters, it's Kennedy, Zimmerman, Harper, Larson, Adams, Garcia, Bond, Gertis, Quigley, and Jake Schroeder on the hill. Busters getting set to come out and play some games. There's Andy Chase is exchanging the lineup card out there tonight, so good to see Andy out there wearing the coach pants.
He did it the other day too.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. Hey, don't mess with the streak, man.
He
12 runs the last time, so
if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Do it again. You betcha.
For Jake Schroeder, good to see him starting tonight. He's 1-0 this season with a 4.19 ERA. 3 games played. He started all 3 of those. 15.1 innings pitched, or 15 and a third, 17 strikeouts, 8 walks. And in his last start, Jake, it's good to see him last time out on his last game. He pitched against the Pioneers and only gave up 2 runs on that one on June 10th. 5 hits, got the win, striking out 2 and walking 2 on that one. He's also pitched against Prospects and Sasquatch this season as well. On the other side, for Kai Tyler, for Fremont. This will be his 4th start of the season. He's 0-2 with a 6.27. He has played in 4 games, pitched 14 in the 3rd inning, struck out 19 batters, gave up 16 hits, and walked 7. Fremont in their purple jerseys once again with the construction orange numbers and the gray pants and the purple hats. Busters in their green with the white pants, green pinstripes, and the green socks. Happy to have you along, Josh Sam and Steve Stein, and we have Caden Kirkak running your cameras again tonight. Make sure tomorrow, Steve, they're giving away all kinds of stuff. 9 innings of winning tomorrow. We're not eligible, by the way. There's all kinds of cool stuff giving away, including, now get this, a 65-inch smart TV.
Wow.
Okay, I'm not smart enough to run it, so I couldn't win it anyways. Samsung tablet, a grill, a cornhole set, Ken's Appliance gift card, Cody Johnson tickets, Kansas City Royals tickets, a mower. That's probably the Sodbuster mower. Everybody's seen them to come in. And here's my favorite thing, a signed Sodbuster helmet.
Ooh.
A used Sodbuster signed helmet. That'll go with my broken bat that I have at home that my wife hates. She keeps tripping over.
Yeah, hopefully they disinfect that baby, because we've had 105-degree days.
It might be a little toasty.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd recommend wearing it. It's more of a collector's thing.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But, hey, whatever you want to do if you win it. So it's based on a raffle tomorrow, so 9 innings of winning is going to be bigger and better than last year. All kinds of games going on, all kinds of things happening tomorrow, 9 innings of winnings. Love to see you out here at Duncan Field. 6:35, first pitch from Duncan Field. And my favorite part was on the Facebook message that had all this on it. It said "Love Buster" at the bottom.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So that's nice of Buster. He's got big fingers. I didn't think he could text, but he did it. So.
And it is impressive just to see the depth of both of these teams. You've got the Sodbusters. 5 of the guys are in the lineup that played on Monday night. A guy who's sitting out, Sawyer Duddleston, who's, if he was eligible in terms of number of at-bats, he would be the top hitter in the Independence League at this point, but he hasn't had the number of at-bats he needs to because of that ankle injury earlier this year. He's on the bench. Matson's on the bench. It's amazing the depth you've got on this team. I mean, Dallin quickly returns to the lineup after he had a day off, and you look at Fremont, kind of the same way. They have 5 players who started the game the other night, so pretty deep rosters on both sides, pretty talented, and it's kind of cool to see the opportunities if you have to pinch hit late in the game. Sodbusters have some great options. They've got speed on the bench if they need to pinch run. So it's just a lot of weapons for Luke Bay, and this has just been really fun to see the progress of this team through the first month plus.
You got Trevor Matson. He's also on the bench tonight. Always a good batting option for him. You've got Dudson, as you said. You have Tegan Tamia, who's very, very fast, so he can come in and run. You've got guys like Jacobs that just does a little bit of everything, and so it's nice to have those kind of options, as you said. And again, also on the bench is Blake Burrows. He's extremely fast, and you had talked to him last week too. So all kinds of options there for the Busters, and we hope there's no injuries where we see those guys. But if we get another high-scoring game, maybe you rotate some of those guys in, that kind of thing.
Should be a lot of fun here today, and every game is big with this first half winding down. You mentioned the league standings. There was a change in the division leaders of the Great Plains division with Canyon County winning against Badlands yesterday. They now have a half-game lead in the Great Plains division.
All right, we'll take it to our national anthem, and Kylie, our PA announcer.
On the corner of A and Burlington. Open Monday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Stop in and see what they can do for you. Tonight, our anthem will be performed by Sydney Thomas. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight
that star-spangled o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, part of the ambiance of the old ballpark here at Duncan Field is live national anthem. And you gotta love having live national anthems. Always great to see people come out and sing that. That is not an easy song. I've done it once. I was never asked to do it again. I wasn't even asked to do it that time, except for the other guy didn't show up. And I just happened to mention, hey, I sing karaoke, and stupid me put my foot in my mouth, and there we go. So
I've been in that situation before. I do the Pledge of Allegiance.
There you go.
I've had that happen before. It's like, okay, I can do the Pledge of Allegiance and hopefully remember that, but now I'm not singing.
All right, there we go. So Fremont here, game number 2. It'll be Fremont again tomorrow, and then the Nebraska Prospects in town for the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Plenty of chances for you to see Sodbuster baseball. They hit the road on Monday. Busters have a lot of games in a row here, but back here for the Pioneers again next Tuesday, Wednesday, and then off on Thursday. So come on out tomorrow. 9 innings of winning chances for you to get some stuff going on and to win some things. You buy some raffle tickets. It's always a good cause. That awesome mower. How would you like to see that big green riding mower with the Sodbuster logo in your yard? That would be awesome.
My yard, it would not fit in my yard. So no. But you've
Yeah.
got the acreage there that would
It's
certainly
pretty big.
merit that big riding mower.
I'm not eligible. I do have a riding mower, but this one is cooler, and I'm not eligible for it. So that segment's still out on the lines there. So happy to see everybody out here. What a beautiful night for baseball. You know, it's not bad at all. We've had some warm conditions the other night, and here in Hastings tonight, it's a perfect night for baseball. It's just going to be, you see people in their shorts and ice cream, 85 degrees, winds at only 8 miles an hour. And the winds weren't really affecting the Sodbuster defense the other night, but boy, it sure was hurting Fremont. 6 errors, and that was part of it, but a lot of it was just mental mistakes for them.
Yeah, they really struggled, and hopefully the Sodbusters just keep on keeping on. And going to be really fun to see Jake Schroeder. The last time we saw him here, he was outstanding in a no decision. But he's had 2 very quality starts in his 3 appearances this year. He had mastered his control and just really put the Sodbusters in a great position to win his last home start, and then did win against Western Nebraska. And if he comes out and pitches that way, maybe can keep the best hitting team in the Independence League at bay as Fremont comes in 324. They did drop 4 percentage points with their performance against the Hastings Sodbusters, but still tops in the league in pitching, or in hitting rather. Sodbusters are 7th coming into today at 277. They did raise their team batting average 0.07 of a point. Pitching-wise, the Sodbusters 2nd behind Canyon County in ERA at 4.34. This Fremont team, they have struggled top to bottom, a 6.19 ERA as they saw their ERA go up even further at 6.19, up 0.2 of a point, and they're 7th in the league.
So looks like umpire, I'm not sure what's going on in the field with the 2 guys standing on the...
Yeah, we've got Matt Sagmet on one baseline, and we've got a Fremont Moo player on the other baseline, both with their hands on their hearts, both looking out at the American flag. And I think they were.
I think it was a battle to see who could stay out there longer.
Contest, yes. Who had and the Fremont Moo player won.
Wow.
So,
who has more
patriotic
spirit?
Yeah, that's.
I've never seen that.
That is just like anti-society this day and age. You know, honoring America longer than most do. Brady Bowen. Hey, hats off to you, man, out there honoring the American flag. Matt Sagmet, runner-up, but hey, you're number 1 in our heart, Matt.
Okay.
I didn't understand that either. But
I'm like, did I miss a memo? Did I forget an email?
Yeah, they
something?
both were showing their patriotism, and that's there's fun between the teams. I mean, you had the big karaoke contest between 2 teams earlier this year when the
Sasquatch were here.
Yeah, the Sasquatch were here, so it's a lot of fun.
All right, coming up here for Fremont leading things off is Dorian Morphew. It's going to be Morphew, Dodge, and Aspequetta. Happy to have you along, Josh Salmon, Steve Stein. I didn't see Darian Morphew in the first game, batting .300 currently. And it's 2 balls and no strikes. So here we go, game number 2 of 3 with Fremont here at Duncan Field. 2 balls and no strikes. Jake Schroeder on the hill. Pitch on the way. And that one low for ball 3.
You mentioned Morphew hitting 300. On the Fremont Moo, that is a pedestrian tie for 13th in batting average this year. That's how well they have swung it here the first couple of months.
Wow. And that one called a strike. Did he? No. Oh, they're pointing down the first. Okay, the way the umpire moved his hand, I thought maybe he called it a strike for a second. He didn't. So that is a ball. And a runner on here, leadoff runner on for Fremont in Dorian Morphew. Brings up Kanan Dodge. Dodge batting .351 on the season. That's a very good batting average. Doesn't lead the team, however. .351. Morphew leading off at first. Send him up on the outside corner. Goes a little high. Throw down to first. And runner back. Nice scoop over there by Brandon Larson.
Darian Morphew certainly a threat to steal. 3 stolen bases this year. That is second most on the team overall. Fremont has stolen 20 bags this year, while the Sodbusters a little more aggressive. 36 stolen bases coming into today.
The 1-0, and that one over the outside corner for the first try of the night here for Jake Schroeder. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Jake Schroeder checks his runner. Morphew on first. Dodge up to bat here. Just underway. That one popped up and out of play on the first base side. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Wednesday night here in Hastings. That one night threw me off. I kept thinking the first game of the series was on Friday. I don't know why. that day off on a Tuesday throws me off. I'm used to them having Monday night games off, but the 1-2 coming up from Schroeder wants a new sign from his catcher, Fred Bond. Schroeder comes set and a pitch. Ooh, that's a pretty good one, and it is in there for a strike. For the Sodbusters defensively, you have Zimmerman at third, Harper at short, Garcia at second, and Larson at first. Outfield left to right is Kennedy, Quigley, and Gertis with Fred Bond behind the dish.
Don't think there was much doubt about that one. So great bounce back for Jake Schroeder. Could not find the zone. He was pinpoint control his last time out here at Duncan Field. Good to see him get right back in there after the 4-pitch walk to Morphew.
Nico Aspiqueta, the DH, comes up. Saw him at first base the other night. Big, tall right-hander. And throw it in the first again. Fred's paying a lot of attention down there to Morphew. He knows he might go. Saw Darian Morphew steal a bunch of bases last year. Definitely a running threat. He is very quick. Aspiqueta 1 on 1 out here for Fremont in the top of the first. 1 ball, no strikes. Coming up. And Schroeder's, that one looked like a changeup, but it just stayed a little high. Goes to 2 balls and no strikes.
Missed his spot right there. I think if he hits the glove, it's probably a strike, but the catcher had to move his glove a few inches. It didn't get rewarded there.
And now a strike there, 2-1 now, in the count to Aspiqueta. Morphew let off with a walk. Dodge struck out, and now Aspiqueta has a 2 balls and 1 strike count. Bentley Bookouts will be up next for Fremont unless they hit into a double play here. Schroeder watching Morphew. They're paying a lot of attention to Dorian Morphew, and he's done a good job of it. That's what he's supposed to do. Two balls, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on for Fremont. Throw to first again, and Morphew. Oh, they got him this time. They kept getting their timing down. Fred Bond threw over there a couple times. Schroeder threw over there and got him. Morphew can't believe it, and 2 down. That's a great out.
Morphew was leaning, and the throw really wasn't that great. A great dig for Brandon Larson, and the tag applied. Nice move for Schroeder, and like I said, great dig and tag for Brandon Larson, and Morphew is out. 2 outs, nobody on.
So Darian Morphew gets caught stealing, and still it is Aspiqueta up to bat here. And now suddenly 2 outs, 2-1. That one hit to right center field. Who's going to make the catch out there? You have Quigley, you have Gertis, and Gertis makes the grab in right center. And what could have been something turned into nothing here for Fremont at the end of 1. There is no score, no runs, no hits, and nobody left on. Busters coming up bottom 1. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Are you tired of lousy internet and faceless customer service? It's time to experience local, honest, hassle-free, and exceptional. That's the Allo promise. We not only provide crazy fast fiber internet, crystal clear TV, and dependable phone service, but we choose to become a part of the communities we serve and love when everyone calls or stops by our store to say Allo. So don't settle for mediocre, settle for exceptional with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/local.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day.
Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Welcome back as Jake Schroeder got in a little bit of a situation walking the leadoff hitter, but then they got him and caught stealing lean off at first, and Darian Morphew dodged, struck out Nico Aspequeta, flew out to right field, and nothing doing for Moo in the top of the first. For the Busters in the bottom of the first, they will send up Kennedy, Zimmerman, and Harper against Kai Taylor. Kai Taylor for Fremont is from Augustana University. Hails from Chandler, Arizona. Last pitched on June 14th against the Plainsmen. Got the loss in that game, going 6 1/3. Giving up 2 earned runs, 7 hits, striking out 9. So here comes Garrett Kennedy. Kennedy, Zimmerman, Harper. Busters have such a good lineup, and he throws bunt right away, dropping it down the line. They're going to have to hurry to get him, and they throw it into oblivion. He's going to go 2. He will easily get to 2. He's going to try 3. That ball rolled all the way to right field to the dugout, and he's going to stop. So he turned a bunt single. Well, now he's going to try to go home. They're going to say, no, you have to go back to third. There's an overthrow, apparently.
Ball went all the way out of play, and so they stopped at dead ball and put him back to third base. So it's a single and a 2-base error because he was going to be there easily. And it was weird. The catcher throwing down to first.
Matt Spear, yeah.
And Bentley Bookout never went for it because I think he thought he would run right over Garrett Kennedy. And so when all is said and done, now the head coach for Fremont comes out, Shea Bennett, thinking that perhaps Garrett Kennedy was running inside the baseline, and would that be a consideration? And they're also going to take a look at when the ball went out of play. And I think Shea's going to try to get him to go back to second base.
Yeah, he may end up having to go back to second. That I would understand if he did.
And it's unfortunate because if the ball doesn't reach that boundary, he's easily to third. That is a terrible break for the Hastings Sodbusters. And now Luke Bay comes out. Yeah, that's one of those, like if a ball bounces over the fence for a ground rule double and you know you were going to get to third, that's just a terrible break for the Sodbusters because Kennedy would have easily been at third base, and instead he is going to be at second with still nobody out. But good news for the Sodbusters. Garrett Kennedy, who had a couple of hits on Monday, does get a hit here and is on to second base at this point. I don't think he's going to win that argument. Chris Ceballos out there as well to put in his 2 cents worth. But, yeah, Kennedy was basically standing at third and was hoping to come home when all was said and done, when the ball was ruled dead. He was well past second when they ruled the ball dead.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of is, as you said, the first baseman didn't think that he'd be in the way or something, because otherwise the throw just went into oblivion. He didn't even make an effort to catch that thing. Well, first batter of the game, and we had a little bit of drama already. But Garrett Kennedy stands on second base, and now Brent Zimmerman. So runner scoring position either way. You'd like him 90 feet closer, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. And comes up against Kai Taylor. Taylor, 1 batter, 1 hit. Checks the runner at second. That is Kennedy. Runs well. Comes set into Zimmerman in there for a strike. So Zimmerman up here. Chance to add to some RBIs. He's done a great job for the Sodbusters this year. 394 batting average. Does have 8 RBIs on the season. The ball 1 strike count coming up. Kai Taylor paying a lot of attention over there to Garrett Kennedy at second base. And pitch. That one into center field. It's falling fast, but it's not going to be caught. And they're going to hold Kennedy at third wisely, as Morphew has a pretty good arm, and he was playing shallow, but not shallow enough. And another hit. So Busters have runners on the corners here. Still no outs.
Back-to-back singles with Zimmerman. Looks like a rocket shot in the scorebook. Little flare, and that gets it done. Wind blowing in from center field, making this 408 to straightaway center play even bigger today, and a big opportunity for the best RBI producer for the Hastings Sodbusters, Aaron Harper.
Yeah, Aaron Harper comes up, and RBIs, he has 18 for the Sodbusters. You look at the overall batting leaders, he is in 6th right now with a 367 batting average, and it tells you what's going on in the league when you're batting 367 and in 6th place overall. Harper takes the first pitch in there for a strike. Look at RBIs, he has 18, which is 4th place in the league. There's just a lot of good hitters this year in the league. And of course, we're not quite to the halfway point. Mio 1 coming up here from Kai Taylor. Runners on the corners. Kennedy on 3rd. Zimmerman stands on 2nd base. That one gets away from the catcher. Kennedy should be able to score, and he does. Buster's up 1-0 on the wild pitch.
And Zimmerman on to 2nd to get in scoring position. So a perfect start for the Sodbusters. Kind of rubbed the Fremont Moo noses in it on Monday night. Want to kind of keep on keeping on, take a little bit of momentum. Good start for Schroeder as he was able to work around the leadoff walk. And now Hastings comes out, puts a run on the board immediately, and not done yet.
Yeah, it's important to get this guy in at 2nd base right now because Fremont, they left a bad taste in their mouth on Monday night, and it's not going to last long with these guys. Very potent offense. But right now, it's Buster's offense leading 1-0. The 1-1 pitch. That was a very weird foul ball as it hit off of the catcher, bounced up here by us, and back down in front of us. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. We have glass in front of us, so we're okay. Caden, on the other hand, does not. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Aaron Harper. Brett Zimmerman stands on 2nd base. Josh Sam and Steve Stein with you. Great night for baseball here in Duncan Field. Oh, man, the weather's good. 8-mile-an-hour winds, 85 degrees, and Taylor wants a new sign. 1-0 Sodbusters here. Bottom 1. The 1-2 pitch coming up here to Aaron Harper. Taylor taking a long time to deliver and does. Finally, that one well inside, and it goes to ball 2. Harper taking all the way as it almost hit him. After Harper, you have Brandon Larson. So Taylor's going to be one of those guys not in any hurry to pitch. Sometimes you have guys that work very quickly. He is not one of them. The 2-2 pitch coming up here. And that one misses outside, 3-2.
And I'm wondering if the tempo hurts him because, you got the umpire standing back there waiting, and 2 borderline pitches go against him now, and it's a full account for Harper.
3 balls, 2 strikes. 1 on, 1 in for the Busters here in the first. Chance to do some more damage. Very good chance with Aaron Harper at the dish. Swinging the shillelagh. Taylor's pitch is inside, and that's ball 4. First walk of the night given up by Fremont pitching.
First 3 are on for Hastings. 1-0 already, and looking for more with 4, 5, and 6 coming up.
So that brings up Brandon Larson, first baseman. Just graduated high school here not too long ago. He's 6'6", from Rockland, California. Going to go to UC San Diego. 6'6", 230. That's a big high schooler right there, folks. Taking him a little, getting time to get used to this league. He's 188 batting average currently, 16 at bats. He's have 3 hits, 3 RBIs. Chance for him to get some here. Taylor taking a long look at Zimmerman dancing at 2nd base. Zimmerman, when he gets on 2nd, he dances like MC Hammer. I guess that's the best way to describe it. And the catcher, Spear, was surprised he got that one. Almost a wild pitch there. That was a high one. So you had Kennedy with a single, went on to 2nd base on the overthrow. Then Zimmerman with a single. Got him over to 3rd, a wild pitch. Kennedy was able to score. Harper stands on first base after the walk. It's 1 ball, 1 strike here to Brandon Larson. Still no outs. Buster's up 1-0 in the first inning. Happy to have you along. Still another chance to see Fremont tomorrow if you want. Nebraska Prospects in town on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Come on out to Duncan Field. Kai Taylor's pitch swung on and missed, just blew the fastball right by Brandon Larson, and it's strike 2.
Zimmerman has to be a little more wary out at 2nd base. The previous at bats, there was no pressure behind him. Now Austin Baskin has come in behind, and so if Zimmerman gets caught jumping up and down and they cut in behind him, he's going to have to be very wary and get back.
Yeah, he's taking a look over his right shoulder, his left shoulder to figure out where Baskin is at. Baskin is on his left right now as he's doing the MC Hammer move. That pitch is up high. It's 2-2. So everybody but Garrett Kennedy, who pretty much swung at the first pitch, he's fallen behind him, has Taylor. Fremont had a long week, and they came in here on Monday and just looked like they were tired the entire game. And won that off yesterday to recoup. That pitch is wild, way wild, 3-2. Not sure how the catcher Spear came up with that one.
He speared it.
Yeah, oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Have you been waiting an inning to use that one?
I was going to say, it's already the first inning, and I've used my best line. It's done. I'm done. Mic drop, out.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Don't drop your headset. Those are expensive. Runners on first and second. 1 in here for the Busters. They lead 1-0. No outs. The full count pitch. Swung on a miss. Brandon Larson went upstairs and swung it at possibly ball 4.
Yeah, unfortunately for the Sodbusters there, would have had bases loaded, nobody out. Larson would have the one up in his eyes, just couldn't lay off. A large out for Taylor, has been scuffling here in the first. We'll see if Sam Adams can pick up his teammate.
Dallin Quigley gave him a high five as soon as he got in the dugout. He understands, hey, this kid just graduated high school. He's still trying to figure out college pitching. He'll do fine. Sam Adams comes up. He's the DH tonight. 2 on, 1 in, 1 out for the Busters. There's on first and second. Zimmerman and Harper, respectively. That pitch in there for a strike. You'd like to get one more. Last Monday, Fremont put one up first, and then Busters came back and did the rest of scoring all night long, winning 12-1. I was surprised when they put the one up in the first that was the only run they scored. I mean, we got the 4th, 5th inning. I'm like, this is Fremont, but it was a rough night for them. Taylor's pitch is called a strike. Sam Adams buckled. He didn't like it. It's 0-2.
And hats off to Will Horton for really righting the ship after giving up an early run, a few hits, and he just pretty well mowed him down the rest of his outing to pick up the win for the Sodbusters.
Kai Taylor, long look into his catcher. Struck out Larson a moment ago. It was his 20th strikeout of the season. And the pitch on the way is a little high. He's only pitched 15 innings this season. That's in 3 games. This is game 4. 1 ball, 2 strikes. To Brandon Larson. To Sam Adams. Danny Garcia would be due up next. Sun peeking out a little bit more here, Duncan Field, making some shadows. That one fouled off, just a little late on the swing there by Sam Adams. Thanks to our sponsors, Allo Communications, the Adams County Visitors Bureau. Visit Hastings, Pepsi Cola of Hastings, and Nebraska Lottery, to just name a few. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. 2 on here for the Busters, 1 in, bottom of the first. Kai Taylor gets a sign, in no hurry, takes a deep breath, and comes set down one outside corner, strike 3. It didn't look too bad from up here, and another strikeout, 2 in a row here for Taylor.
Sodbusters really want to make this early opportunity hurt, but back-to-back strikeouts. Now Danny Garcia hoping to pick his team up, because Sodbusters feel like they certainly should get more than 1 out of all this, but in danger of not doing so unless Garcia can come through.
Danny Garcia, second baseman, comes up. Garcia batting 154, but he hasn't been with the Sodbusters too long. 13 at-bats in that time. No RBIs, perfect chance for him to get rid of that 0 right here with a runner on second base. No one in there for a strike. I'm still trying to figure out the strike zone myself.
Taylor's figured it out.
I think he's got it. Took him a couple batters, but he got it. Busters have 2 out, 2 on, 1 in. Bottom 1. Taylor gets a sign he likes. Righty comes set. Checks his runners. Throws back. Nope, thought maybe he's going to throw to second. Zimmerman was way off, but he still got back in time. Zimmerman's been doing the shuffle at second base for quite a while. You have Aaron Harper over at first. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and that's a little chin music. 1 ball, 1 strike. If Garcia could reach Fred Bond, the catcher would be up next. Outfield playing shallow in right and center, and Lewis and Morphew. Samoa playing a little deeper in left with the right-handed batting Danny Garcia. Garcia's been in the lineup pretty much every day since joining the team. Plays a good second base. That one in there for a strike as well. Nice movement on the slider. Game number 2. Busters lead the series 1-0. For the first time they saw Fremont. We talked about that the other night, but it's weird to be halfway or most of the way through June and then see Fremont for the first time on Monday. This is only the second time we've seen them. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That one swung on a miss on a high strike, helping him out on that one. 3 strikeouts in a row, and Kai Taylor gets out of it. So it was 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 error. And did they give Nate an error on the overthrow? We should have.
Should have, yep.
1 and 2 left on base at the end of 1. It is 1-0 Sodbusters. This is Sodbuster Baseball from Duncan.
The Adams County Visitors Bureau is the perfect place to start your Hastings experience. Hastings is the birthplace of Kool-Aid. See the Kool-Aid exhibit at the Hastings Museum along with many other exhibits and a planetarium. Enjoy the historic housing district, strolling through downtown parks, and beautiful shops. Whether you're visiting or you live here, the Adams County Visitors Bureau will help you find what you're looking for, from places to eat, things to do and see, to places to stay. Ask the Adams County Visitors Bureau at visithastingsnebraska.com.
3rd and 25. Quarterback takes the snap. He rolls out to the right.
After the game, come on into Sirloin World for our Saturday specials.
It's more fun to watch Nebraska football in person and for a chance at great seats. Enter the Nebraska Lottery's Lucky for Life ticket snap through July 26th. Buy a Lucky for Life ticket and enter the voucher number for a chance to win Nebraska football Skybox season tickets and more. And don't worry, Sirloin World will still be there when the game's over. Lucky for Life top prize odds 1 in 30 million.
Welcome back to Sodbuster Baseball. Josh Salmon, Steve Stein with you here from Duncan Field as we get set for the top of the 2nd inning as Buster's able to put 1 run on the board in the bottom of the 1st. So 1-0 is where we're sitting right now in Hastings. Beautiful night, only 8-mile-an-hour winds. The sun's out, it's baseball. It's June.
2nd day of summer.
June. Oh, it is officially, yes, on the calendar, the 2nd day of summer. And Mother Nature tells us differently. The humidity and heat we had last week, she was a little early. One of those relatives that show up on your porch. Hey, surprise, we're here. It wasn't a good surprise. It's cooled off a little bit, but it won't last. So up here for Fremont, it's going to be Bookout, Samoya, and Baskin. And that one in there for a strike on the outside corner for Samoya. So Samoya. Didn't see him. We did see him on Monday night. Zek is in left field tonight. So count is no balls and 2 strikes. Zek Samoya for Fremont Moo. Left-handed batting. Outfielder. Samoya from Anaheim, California, goes to Golden West College. Jake Schroeder's 0-2 offering. High chopper to second. Garcia takes it on the in-between hop. Over to first to Larson and 1 down. You got a 6'6" target over there, so get it in the general vicinity and he'll catch it.
And that was chest high. He didn't need to use the 6'6" frame there. Just good throw. And you hate to jinx it, the Sodbuster infield's top to bottom played pretty well this year.
I mean, that was Bookout, Bentley Bookout that made the out. Samoya's up now. I'm sorry. Bentley Bookout was the first baseman was the first out. Zach Samoya, then Austin Baskin. Jake Schroeder floats the off-speed pitch in there for strike 1. That was a beautiful pitch, just right over the top. Here it is. See if you can hit it, and they couldn't. Buster, the mascot, going through somebody's hair. I'm not sure what he's doing over there. Always fun at the ballpark. You never know what's going to happen. Tomorrow I know it's going to be 9 innings of winnings. The pitch is outside. Chance for you to win a riding lawnmower, TV, Ken's gift card to Ken's Appliance in Grand Island. You got signed Sodbuster helmet, which is great prizes anyways. Royals tickets, Cody Johnson tickets. Swung out and missed on the fastball. Jake doing a good job of mixing up his pitches. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He's really looking effective. Looks like he's in a zone. He was up here in the booth next to us on the left, which is kind of like the coach's office before the game, and just sitting there by himself when I got here about an hour and a half before game time, and just kind of studying. He looked over and gave a smile. Nice kid. Swung on a miss, got him. Strikeout. Second strikeout of the night is Zek Samoa, and there's 2 down.
Kind of looking like he did against the Nebraska Prospects when he went 6 1/3 innings, allowed 1 unearned run on just 3 hits. After the early walk, he has come back with a vengeance. He didn't walk anybody in that outing and had 10 Ks, and kind of starting to get that feel from Schroeder now, the way he's rolling.
2 strikeouts in the game for Jake Schroeder. 19 on the season. First pitch in there for a strike to Austin Baskin. He's just coming right after him. He's not messing around. He says, here it is. He's working quickly, which is a definite change from his counterpart Taylor, who works very slowly. 1 ball, 1 strike. Austin Baskin, the shortstop. Been a very productive couple of years for him with Fremont. And the pitch, beautiful 12-6 curveball. Just floated that thing in there for strike 2.
Just 19-inning pitch thrown this spring for Washburn University for Jake Schroeder, so I'm sure he's excited to get an opportunity to pitch every 5th day.
Baskin batting 304, but that's going to go down as he swings and misses and can't get that breaking ball. And down go Fremont here in the second. 1, 2, 3, a nice inning for Jacob Schroeder. We'll keep it here as Sodbusters coming up in the bottom of the second inning. Josh Salmon, Steve Stein along with you at Duncan Field. I'm excited, Steve, not only to see Fremont in the 9 innings winning tomorrow, but to see Nebraska prospects back in Duncan and Hastings Field this weekend. We were impressed last time we saw them. They just have a ton of good pitchers, a lot of talent on that team. They're 7-7, but I just don't think that they've put it together yet. But hopefully that's not this weekend.
Yeah, they're rock solid, so it's going to be fun to see them. Now the Nebraska prospects, they are at Casper and won yesterday 14-4. They have another game. And, you go out to the mountains, if you will. That can sometimes cure your hitting ails. And so they could come in a pretty hot team if they can continue to swing it the way they did. They certainly pitched well enough to win all 3 games against Hastings. The Sodbusters get 3 straight walk-offs against them. I'm sure they will have their revenge caps ready to go for the weekend. And we mentioned that every game is kind of like the playoffs of the Hastings Sodbusters. You're trying to win your first half, as the last day of the first half is coming up next week. And if you win that first half, really doesn't matter what happens in the second half. You're going to be in a series at the end of the year for the right to go on to the Independence League title. Last day of the first half, it'll be June 28th. So some games to play between now and then, but all of them are big.
The Pioneers will be here on that. That's a Tuesday night here at Duncan Field. So that'd be important. Busters, as you said, and so 1 to play 2. Is that the way it works, right, for the playoffs?
First half winner would play the second half winner. If we believe that if the second half winner is the same as the first half, the team that finishes second in the second half would be the representative. Yep. So then you'll have a 3-game series within your division, and then the winners of the 2 series will meet for the championship. Winners of the Great Plains and the Nebraska Land divisions in early August.
Red Bond comes up. It'll be Bond, Curtis, and Quigley. First pitch swinging to second base. Dodge on it. Over to first. 1 up, 1 down, 1 pitch here in the second.
And you mentioned Taylor working slowly. Part of it, probably the predicament he was in. Gave up the infield single and then the error, then single walk. So he was having runners behind him. It'd be interesting to see if he has a little different tempo with bases empty, because we really never saw him out of the wind except for 1 pitch in that first inning.
Tyson Curtis comes up 140 batting average. We saw him get a hit on Monday night, and Coach Chris and I talked about how important that was for him. He was struggling a little bit at the plate, and it kind of wears on the guy's mentality and stuff. And so hopefully that's the start of many more hits for Tyson as he swings the first one and fouls it straight back. So Kai Taylor, after falling behind the first couple batters in the first inning, has worked ahead of everybody here. 1 pitch to Pond and got the outs, and now 0-1 here to Tyson Curtis. Taylor likes the sign. Fremont righty comes set and delivers. Left center, that's going to stay up there for a while. And no, it's a very shallow ball. I thought that was hit a lot deeper than it was. Making the catch over there is Baskin for the second out.
Yeah, Baskin fading out into short left field. The shortstop for Fremont making the catch when it was hit. And the wind seems to have picked up. It's coming in from straightaway center. I think I'm going to say it's a little stronger than 8 miles an hour, which it was at game time.
It says 9, of course.
Oh, yeah. I told you. It's stronger. It's not 8 anymore.
Well, you were right.
Yep.
9 is bigger than 8.
Mm-hmm.
Even I know that. Here comes Dallin Quigley. Didn't see Quigley in game number 1. And first pitch misses for a ball. Dallin extremely fast. If you can get on base. Hitting very well for the Busters this year. 300 right now is the batting average. He was up a little higher than that for a while, but still swinging a good bat for Hastings. Swung on and missed on that one, and Taylor's just coming right after these guys. Looks like a different guy here in the second inning.
And you mentioned the 300 batting average, but an on-base percentage of .432, a guy who leads the team in being hit by pitches and also has been walked 8 times. The
1-1 inside to Dallin Quigley goes to 2-1.
Dallin, very capable of stealing bases. Stole 18 this year in college. Here this season for the Busters, he stole 7 if he can get on. It's 2 outs. You'd not think a guy would drop a bunt back, but if he did down the third base line, he may have a pretty good chance. Harrington playing pretty deep.
Well, I think
At least
anytime is bunt time for Dallin Quigley, but now down to the count with his second strike. Probably not going to do it here.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Second inning, Hastings up 1-0, scoring their 1 in the bottom of the first. Kai Taylor trying to get out of the second inning here, unscathed. And that one fouled off. Fremont went 1-2-3 in the top of the inning. He's trying to do the same thing to Hastings here in the bottom of the inning. If Quigley could get on, then Kennedy would lead back off for the Busters. Top of the order. First, it's getting on base. Quigley doing a good job staying alive. 2-2 pitch coming up here with 2 outs. That one down third base line, but that's going to be foul. Still playing kind of deep out there at third base is Harrington.
Quigley does such a good job of working counts, too. Fouls a lot of pitches off, does a lot of those little things well. I mean, he's batted a lot of different spots in the batting order, and having him ninth, it's basically like another leadoff hitter, if you will, in that spot in the order, turn the lineup over.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 1-0 in the bottom of the second. And Quigley takes strike 3. That one's called low, but he shook his head. Yep, he agreed, and that was the 4th strikeout of the night for Kai Taylor. Busters go in order here in the second. You're listening to Sodbuster Baseball. They lead 1-0.
Get the latest in news, sports, and local interest stories with the Hastings Tribune. The Tribune's award-winning staff provides you with the best in local content, from the news you need to amazing photographic moments to the latest in Sodbuster baseball news. Check out the classifieds, browse the business directory, and more. The Hastings Tribune, always a good read. Pick up the latest issue or subscribe today. Both print and e-editions are available. HastingsTribune.com. The Hastings Tribune, a proud sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball.
Welcome back to Sodbuster Baseball. Josh Salmon, Steve Stein along with you. For the third inning, here is Steve Stein.
Thank you very much. It is a 1-0 Sodbuster lead. 1 run, 2 hits for the Sodbusters. No runs, no hits for Fremont. They have committed an error in the contest. It'll be 7, 8, 9 for Fremont as Jake Schroeder's faced the minimum. Walked the leadoff man, but picked him off as part of the first inning. And he has set down 5 in a row since that time as he brings the first pitch home. Off speeder is outside to Matt Spear, the catcher for the Fremont Moo. As a Spear behind the plate today, an opportunity to see him for the first time in the series. He is batting .222 on the year. As that pitch just a little bit high. 2 balls, no strikes on Matt Spear. Spear out of San Jose State. Sophomore there for the Spartans. 2-0 delivery is on the way. And this misses low. 3-0 the count now to Matt Spear. With Harrington and Lewis to bat, Hastings Sodbusters here at Duncan Field, where they are a solid 7-3 on the year. 5-4 in road games this season are the Hastings Sodbusters. 3-0 the count, the pitch. Right across at the letters for strike 1. 3-1 the count on Spear. Spear, left-handed hitter against the right-hander Jake Schroeder. Good to see the hometown boy come back again. Here's a little pop-up into left field, and that's a base hit. Fading back was the shortstop, Aaron Harper, couldn't get it. And the first hit of the game for Fremont. They have their leadoff man aboard for the second time in 3 innings with Tyler Harrington coming to the plate.
Yeah, it was just one of those hits where it's like, well, you can give it an effort, but he just found a hole and dropped it into the left.
Harrington hitting .304. He's knocked in 10. He's got a couple of doubles this year. He's scored 7 times. He's also been walked 5 times, so very decent .429 on base percentage. Fremont very good offensively despite what they showed the other day. Pitch is low, and the throw down to first is in the dirt. Good stop there for Brandon Larson for the Hastings Sodbusters. He's bailed his team out a couple of times. So runner stays at first. 1-0 the count now on Tyler Harrington. Fremont trying to get this game even here or perhaps take the lead as Schroeder out of the stretch. The pitch. Across for strike. 1-1 the count on Tyler Harrington. He played on Monday, went 0 for 2. Fremont had enough hits to produce some offense, but good job for Will Horton to minimize damage as his starts yielded just 1 run. Sodbusters plenty of offense. They win it 12-1. 1-1 delivery. Off speeder is a little bit low, and Jake would really like that call. If he is not getting that call at the knees, that is going to be tough for him today. And the count goes to 2 balls and a strike on Tyler Harrington. Harrington out of Memphis University. 2-1 delivery. That's a cross for strike. 2-2 the count on Tyler Harrington, batting in the 8th spot for the Fremont Moo. Fremont currently in 4th place, but still in the hunt for the division first half title. So got 4 teams with basically a game and a half difference. Pitch taken upstairs. Now 3 balls and 2 strikes on Tyler Harrington. Really want to get Harrington, not put first and second, nobody out, with the 9-1-2 hitters potentially batting in this frame. Worked around a leadoff walk in the first. 3-2 pitch for Schroeder on the way outside, and it's a ball 4. So a single and a walk to open the second, and now Hayden Lewis bats, and we'll see if he's up there bunting in the number 9 spot in this Fremont order. He is a left-handed hitter. Hayden Lewis coming into today at .250, does lead the team with 9 walks on the year, tied for first in that category for the Fremont Moo.
He's also pitched once this year from University of Nebraska, hails from Utan, Nebraska.
As Fremont, when they went out to Wyoming, they used several position players on the mound in these runaway games. Here's the pitch, off speed, and that's off the inside part of the plate. Schroeder wanted that call, did not get it as catcher Fred Bond tried to frame it. 1 ball and no strikes the count as the command was so sharp the last home game for Schroeder. Not quite so much today, but still has a 1-0 lead, but in his biggest jam of the contest. Top of the 3rd, first and second, nobody out. Sodbusters on top, 1-0. Fremont Moo. Sodbusters. Fremont had Hastings' number a year ago, winning the series by a big margin. Off-speed pitch, swung on and missed. 1 ball and 1 strike. The count on Hayden Lewis, who did not play on Monday night. Lewis, mentioned a University of Nebraska product.
I like how Jake went back to the curveball again.
1-1 pitch on the way. This time a fastball is rifled foul down the first base line. 1 ball and 2 strikes. A strikeout would look big here, and a little surprised Lewis didn't try to lay one down to move the runners on. But again, summer ball, different individuals may be working on different things, and they may want to see what Lewis can do as far as swinging the bat here, despite his spot in the batting order. And you heard Will Horton talk about it in our Sodbuster Spotlight, about the fact that, sometimes you're working on different things in the summer. Winning is not everything in summer ball.
Sure.
1-2 pitch on the way. High for ball 2. 2-2 the count. Jake Schroeder had thrown just 21 pitches coming into this frame. He's up to 36 now as he had a fairly extended pitch count to Matt Spear, went 3-2 to Harrington, and now his 5th pitch of this batter, Hayden Lewis. Schroeder brings the pitch home. Off-speeder is hit high in the air to left field. Garrett Kennedy plays it well, sets up, and will not allow runners to advance there as Garrett comfortably underneath that. Was going to make the strong throw just in case Spear took off, but 1 out, 1 large out as the runner not advanced, and back at the top of the order with Darian Morphew coming up.
Yeah, he saw a steady diet of curveballs in that at bat, 3 of them, in fact, from Jake Schroeder. He was ready for it, but he hit it on the screws and just not able to do anything with it, and that's good for Hastings.
So the Washburn Ichabod, Jake Schroeder working to Darian Morphew, who walked his first time up on 4 pitches. Schroeder checks the runner at second, brings the pitch home, off speed, and that stays high and outside. Just couldn't get that one to break at all. 1-0 the count on Darian Morphew from Brown University, one of the returnees off of last year's Fremont Moo team, which had the 2nd best record in the division. Check swing on the right side. Nice job for Schroeder. He'll run it over to first for the 2nd out. Great job for Schroeder to come off the mound and make that play look easy. And did they call a foul ball? It was off the inside of his foot. Really unfortunate for the Sodbusters there. Would have been the second out of the inning and chance to get out of this with no damage done. But a dead ball there, and I don't think Luke Bay is going to be really pleased with that call. He was already a little bit perplexed by one call earlier, although it really didn't have any effect in the game. Sodbusters ended up getting a run anyway when Garrett Kennedy singled and moved to second on an error. He had actually advanced to third before being sent back. So as it stands here, 1 ball, 1 strike the count on Darian Morphew. Morphew seeing his first action of this series. Very deep, talented Fremont team. They had a nearly entirely different outfield on Monday, and the way the outfield struggled, maybe there's good reason for that here today. 6 errors in the game, the majority of those coming from the outfielders. Here's a bouncing ball to the second baseman. Could be 2 to the shortstop for 1. Over to first in time. So, yeah, you love that dead ball because the Sodbusters turned 2 out of it when all is said and done. 1 pitch later, Morphew grounds it to the second baseman Garcia, to Harper, over to first base to Larson, and that'll do it for Fremont. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left. And we head to the bottom half of inning number 3. It's still Hastings 1, Fremont nothing. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
You know Graham Tire for their quality tires and service, but did you know that they do brakes, batteries, and oil changes, and even shocks and struts? Graham Tire in Hastings has the quality products and great service you have come to expect from the Graham name. Rick and his crew will get you fixed up and right back on the road safely. And you can trust that the job was done right. That's peace of mind. Graham Tire in Hastings, West 2nd Street, open 7:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday. A proud sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball.
And the bottom half of inning number 3, Hastings leads the Fremont Moo by a count of 1-0. First batter of the game reached and came around to score. That's the difference in the contest as Garrett Kennedy will try to start things again here in the third. He'll be going against Kai Taylor. Seems to have figured it out. Taylor gave up an infield single, a solid single, and a walk to begin the game. But since that time, 6 in a row have been set down. He's struck out 4 of those for the Fremont Moo.
Yeah, and the pace of the game for him has changed a lot. That first inning, he kind of had that weird play on the first batter. I think it kind of rattled him a little bit, got some runners on. Just kind of wanted to set his own pace, and he's done a very good job of that in the second inning. Let's see what happens here in the third.
And Taylor's been a regular, making his 4th start of the year, but an inflated ERA of 6.27, an 0-2 record. I'm sure he wants to right the ship here today. Kai Taylor, and so far, a nice bounce back for him after the first 3 reach for the Hastings Sodbusters. Here comes Garrett Kennedy, who had a couple of hits in the series opener and played outstanding left field in the wind out there, robbing 2 or 3 players of extra base hits.
And we've talked about before, you essentially have 4 center fielders on this team, and that's a good thing to have.
Particularly at Duncan Field. There's a lot of real estate out there. 1 ball and no strikes the count on Garrett Kennedy, and the pitch is in there for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike, and it was fun talking to one of our Sodbuster spotlights the other day, Sawyer Duddleston, who's not in the lineup. He's converted infielder, has been playing outfield for about a year and a half. He's a center fielder as well, so in college, and not going to see much center field with the kind of speed and talent that they've got in that outfield. But Duddleston's going to be in the lineup most of the time because of his bat. 1 ball and 1 strike the count now on Garrett Kennedy. Make it 2-1 on Kennedy standing in the right-handed box against Kai Taylor. Pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. Not sure if Garrett thought that was the right call, but 2-2 on Garrett Kennedy for the Hastings Sodbusters. Millard West grad, now at the University of Nebraska, Omaha, played in 18 games for the Mavs in the spring. 2-2 the count. Right-hander versus right-hander. Taylor brings it home. Good job there for Kennedy to get a piece of it and get another swing against Kai Taylor.
Taylor a little bit ahead in the pitches there. That was 39 right there in the third inning, so you usually want your guy a little less than that at this point, but that was a long first inning. He went right through him last inning, though.
August Stannis, solid Division II program from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. That's where Kai Taylor plays his college ball. 2-2 pitch Looped into center field, could be trouble, and Garrett Kennedy aboard for the second time. He's got 2 hits after laying down a bunt single his first time up, so the table is set with 2, 3, and 4 coming up. Zimmerman, Harper, and Larson. Garrett Kennedy at first base.
Fremont's playing a very conservative outfield. You know, they could give that a chance, but then you know if it goes past you, that guy's going to make it all the way around. They're such a fast Hastings team, so they let it fall in front of them, probably the smart move.
Morphew playing center field today, and like I said, it's pretty much an entirely different outfield than the one we saw Monday, with several new guys in both lineups here for the Wednesday game of this 3-game series. Pitches over but low for ball 1, 1 ball and no strike. Zimmerman had a single his first time up, was left at second base. Hastings leads at 1-0, bottom half of inning number 3. Soundbusters trying to keep hold of first place in the Nebraska Land Division of the Independence League. They're just barely in front of Western Nebraska and North Platte, with Fremont lurking as well. 1-0 delivery. Sliced foul. 1 ball and 1 strike on Brett Zimmerman for the Hastings Sodbusters, the Loyola Marymount Lion. 267 in the spring, knocked in 12 from Modesto, California. Brett Zimmerman, left-hander against the right-handed pitcher Kai Taylor. 1-1 the count. Taylor a check of the runner, throw to first, Kennedy back in safely. And this is where we really saw Taylor bogged down in the first. With runners behind him, the pace of his pitching slowed considerably, and we'll see if the Soundbusters can pay dividends with that respect here in the third. Another throw to first. A little better move, and Kennedy still back comfortably. 1-1 the count on Brett Zimmerman. And give Taylor credit. I mean, the first 3 had reached, and he struck out the next 3, so even though the tempo wasn't really good for him, he struck out 3 in a row, and it could have gotten away from him. 1-1 pitch from Taylor on the way, and this one is bounced to the right side. First baseman's got it, now nearly stumbles and is able to get over to first, and they are going to say dead ball, as this is a foul ball, kind of a similar situation that we saw in the top of the inning. And Sodbusters will get Zimmerman back in the batter's box. 1-2 the count on the foul ball.
No argument from Luke Bay on that one. He does take off his sunglasses and kind of gives a stare to the umpire. Doesn't say anything.
Well, hey, it worked out well for the Sodbusters in the previous instance when Darian Morphew had to come back to the box. His next pitch, he grounded into a 4-6-3 double play. Now it's Shea Bennett's turn to come out of the box and wonder what happened, but apparently it did hit Brett Zimmerman in the batter's box. Zimmerman stands in the left-handed box right here. Double checking the count right here. It should be 1-2, I think. Let's say 2-1. The count on Brett Zimmerman. Stands in the left-handed box. Kennedy leads away from first. And the pitch. Foul ball. And that should be... There's 2 strikes. There's 2 strikes before, I'm sure.
Yeah, I had 1 and 2 coming into that pitch.
Yeah, because he's had 2 foul balls. Yeah, they've changed it. It is 1 and 2.
There we go.
That's his 3rd foul ball of this at bat. Here's the pitch. Bouncing ball by the pitcher, picked up by the second baseman. Throw to short for 1, over to first. It's mishandled, and safe at first will be Brett Zimmerman. So that didn't work out well for the Sodbusters. Last exchange, they would have had a runner at second and 1 out. Instead, they lose the lead runner and probably should have lost them both there as that ball bounced away from the first baseman. And so it is a fielder's choice grounder off the bat of Zimmerman. Kennedy erased 4-6 on that put out, and Aaron Harper will come to the plate with a runner at first. 1 out, 1-0 score. Sodbusters on top.
Yeah, they're going to rule out a fielder's choice, but that should have been a double play. And he definitely should have had him, and he just couldn't squeeze it or couldn't book it.
As Bentley Bookout mishandled that pretty good throw, and now the Sodbusters see if they can make him pay for that mishandle. Like I say, it's not an official error because they did get the out at second base, but sometimes you see those things come back and haunt you. Zimmerman leads away from first, and first pitch swinging Harper. No balls, 1 strike. He walked his first time up. Like I say, Sodbusters had Taylor on the ropes. An infield single, another single, and a walk. But then back-to-back-to-back strikeouts for Taylor to survive that first with only 1 run allowed. Set down the 7, 8, and 9 batters in order of the second. The leadoff single and a fielder's choice grounder now here in the third. 1-0 Sodbusters on top. Taylor Out of the stretch, takes his time, checks the runner, brings the pitch, runner goes, and it's fouled away. Down the third base line, Chris Ceballos reaches out there, couldn't grab that one. It's no balls, 2 strikes on Aaron Harper.
Busters have had a little bit of an issue as of the last couple weeks, leaving guys on base. Even Monday with all the runs they scored, they still left 10 on base. No, 12. They left 12.
So scored 12 and left 12. That's pretty good offense for a team which had only 6 hits in a doubleheader against North Platte last Friday. 0-2 pitch, and this one lined to right field, but right there is going to be the Fremont right fielder Hayden Lewis, 2 outs in the inning, and that'll bring up Brandon Larson, who struck out his first time up.
Yeah, 1-0. You want to get another run here as Taylor's starting to find a groove, and you know that Fremont's just about a 1 hit away from getting some kind of rally going. This team doesn't usually, lose 12-1 2 nights in a row or 2 times in a row. So you got to get as many leads on them as you can, and leave it to your pitching.
See if they turn Zimmerman loose over at first. He does have 3 stolen bases this year for the Hastings Sodbusters. Bluffs, and the pitch is grounded between first and second for a base hit. Sodbusters will have first and second 2 outs as Brandon Larson would after the first pitch he saw from Kai Taylor. Larson 1 for 2, and the inning continues for Sam Adams. We'll see what Sam can get done here. Big opportunity now with the runner in scoring position, 2 outs, 1-0 as Sodbusters on top with their 4th hit of the game.
Well, I like the bluff there because Dodge was playing a couple more steps to his left, and he might have gotten that ball had he was better, but he thought the runner was going to go, so he started going towards second base, and then that opened up a few more feet. So I like the bluff. That worked out very well.
Sam struck out looking his first time up. Kai Taylor in a jam here again in the 3rd. Sodbusters lead it 1-0 as Taylor's first pitch to Adams is fouled back. No balls, 1 strike. Sam Adams, one of 3 players from Fort Worth Nolan Catholic High School on the roster. It's a reunion. So
that's awesome.
Will Horton able to come into town, and also a good opportunity to see Jacob Watson. They play at 3 different colleges, but here to get together for perhaps one last time for a baseball experience. Pitch taken a little bit high, 1 ball and 1 strike. And all 3 can play. That's the bonus of it. You've got 3 dudes who are very much leaders on this team, and you never know what you're going to get when you knew Will Horton, but the 2 guys coming in. Okay, what are they going to add? Well, I'll tell you, Jacob Watson's been one of the best pitchers in the Independence League in the early going. 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed, 1 ball and 2 strikes on Sam Adams.
Yeah, it's just fun to have those 3 guys. The memories going to make together, especially sharing those memories, being the high school together. That's just a neat feeling for them.
See if Sam can come through. He's a Western Texas Westerner playing junior college ball. 1-2 the count on him, and the pitch a little bit low. 2-2 the count. Trying to come through with a big 2-out hit here. Runners at first and second. Sodbusters lead at 1-0 there. Run coming back in the first. Garrett Kennedy scored that one. He singled to begin this inning. Was raced on a fielder's choice grounder by Brett Zimmerman, who stands at second. Brandon Larson followed with a 2-out single. 2-2 the count with 2 outs. Taylor, a check of the runner. And the pitch. High fly ball center field. Darian Morphew back a few steps. He's got it measured. Underneath it, makes the catch, and the Sodbusters are turned away. No runs on 2 hits and 2 men left, and we head to inning number 4. It remains Hastings 1, Fremont 0. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
The Adams County Visitors Bureau is the perfect place to start your Hastings experience. Hastings is the birthplace of Kool-Aid. See the Kool-Aid exhibit at the Hastings Museum, along with many other exhibits and a planetarium. Enjoy the historic housing district, strolling through downtown parks, and beautiful shops. Whether you're visiting or you live here, the Adams County Visitors Bureau will help you find what you're looking for, from places to eat, things to do and see, to places to stay. Ask the Adams County Visitors Bureau at visithastingsnebraska.com.
Sodbuster Baseball is sponsored by Nebraska Land Distributors. When you come to the ballpark, you can get a Coors Light, crisp, refreshing chill, keeping Nebraska chill, and light beer from Miller. Light beer with more taste. Nebraska Land Distributors also features White Claw. Live your wave. And a trip to the ballpark wouldn't be complete without Leinenkugel's Summer Shandy, refreshing beer with a hint of lemon. Check out these great adult beverages on your next trip to the Hastings Sodbusters, courtesy of Nebraska Land Distributors. 2, 3, and 4 coming up for the Fremont Moo here in the 4th inning. Jake Schroeder, solid 3 innings. Say, got spoiled after his last couple of outings when he was razor sharp, but doing a good job putting zeros on the board. That's all you can ask. He's allowed only 1 hit. He has walked a couple, but struck out 3. Jake Schroeder, another solid outing in progress here for the Hastings Sodbusters as he goes against Dodge, Aspequetta, and Bookout for Fremont.
See Cannon Dodge come up second on the team in RBIs with 14. He's also doing a good job with the home runs. But, right behind Graff, which we saw the other night. See, Graff has 17 RBIs. Dodge, very solid player for the Moo last year. We remember him very well.
Yeah, if you're looking at pure stats, Fremont has out-homered the Hastings Sodbusters 20-0 this year. The Sodbusters, this is not the kind of team, not kind of the field you're going to hit a whole lot of home runs on. This team built around speed, putting the ball in play, and it's worked with Hastings 5 games over 500. First pitch is in there for strike 1, and plus they have had dynamite starting pitching for the most part this year. Have the Hastings Sodbusters. No balls, 1 strike on Dodge, who struck out looking his first time up and takes strike 2. That was one of the key at-bats back in the first. After Morphew walked, another key moment was when Schroeder picked him off. 0-2 delivery. Swing and a miss, 3 pitches. This one in the dirt. Going to be picked up by Fred Bond, who throws it down to first. 3 pitches and a strikeout for Jake Schroeder.
3 strikeouts for the right-hander today. Talked about no home runs for the Sodbusters. Remember, Sam Adams got close. He bounced one a couple feet from the wall. If he would have hit it down right field, it would have been out. If he would have hit down left field, actually, it was a couple feet from the center field wall, so he got close.
Nico Aspequetta, designated hitter today. Flew out to right his first time up. He had a big game Monday as he went 3 for 5 and takes first pitch strike. No balls, 1 strike on Aspequetta, batting .375 coming into today. He's double digits in RBIs with 10 coming into this contest. 1-0 Sodbusters on top. They've out-hit them 4-1. Off speeder, and Aspequetta way out in front of that one. No balls and 2 strikes, and right now Schroeder locking it in here in this 4th inning, going right at this Fremont Moo squad.
Yeah, he's like, come get it if you can, and they can't.
No balls and 2 strikes as the Washburn Ichabod shakes off one sign. Flashed by Fred Bond and then brings it home, and that is called strike 3. How about 6 straight strikes for the Hastings Sodbuster right-hander, and got the opportunity for an immaculate inning right now with 6 strikes, and you can bet he's going to come right after Bentley Bookout.
Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it.
Too late.
Oh, man.
So Bookout up there. He grounded to second his first time up. Bentley Bookout seeing his first action of the weekend. Guy who has been a variety of geographic locations, and ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes, the count on Bookout. Bookout plays his college ball at Long Island University, but he is from Pittsburgh, Kansas.
Wow.
Pitch is missing for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. So travel is quite the challenge, I'll bet. He doesn't come home every weekend.
No, I'm sure not.
From Long Island to Pittsburgh, Kansas, down to the southeast corner of the state. Pitch swung on and fouled away. Goes to 2 balls and a strike on Bentley Bookout for the Fremont Moo.
Long Island, isn't that how they say it over there?
I am not sure.
I think they hold the G a little bit.
Long Island?
Yeah. You gotta have that New York accent.
And don't get me started, otherwise I'll start doing play-by-play on it, and you don't want that to happen. 2-1 pitch. Off speed is a little bit outside. 3-1 the count on Bentley Bookout for the Fremont Moo.
I like Schroeder with the confidence of going back to that curveball tonight. It's been very effective.
3-1 pitch across for strike 2, and a chance to work another 1-2-3 inning. He faced the minimum in the first, then worked an official 1-2-3 inning in the second. We're now in the 4th. The pitch comes right after him with a fastball this time, but it's fouled away. Remains 3-2 on Bentley Bookout. Say 40 pitches thrown coming into this inning. Had a really great chance to minimize the number of pitches, but a little extended at bat for Bookout. He's up over 50 pitches now, 52 pitches thrown in the game. Still in pretty good shape for the right-hander, Jake Schroeder. 3-2. He's got the sign from Bond, and the pitch. Called strike 3. Bookout had thrown the bat and was ready to go to first, but how about back-to-back-to-back strikeouts, all looking here in the 4th inning, and we head to the bottom half of the frame. It's still Hastings 1, Fremont nothing, and this is Sodbuster Baseball.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
At the bottom half of inning number 4, the Hastings Sodbusters continued to lead at 1-0, and like many games we've seen here at Duncan Field, good pitching on both sides. The Sodbusters have the only run of the game, but Kai Taylor's battled his way through a couple of jams to keep his team very much a part of it. And 6, 7, and 8 coming up against Taylor here in inning number 4 for Hastings as Danny Garcia, Fred Bond, and Tyson Curtis trying to find a way to get on. And none of those guys had success against Taylor the first time. Taylor right-hander against the right-handed hitter, Danny Garcia, inside and hit him. So the Sodbusters have their leadoff man aboard for the third time in 4 innings as Danny Garcia, short stay at the plate for the San Jose State product. He gets hit by a pitch, and he is aboard with nobody out for Fred Bond.
Not the way you want to get a guy on, but hey, a guy on base, he's fine. You're good to go.
Chris Ceballos flashes the sign, and we'll see what Fred Bond is asked to do here for the Hastings Sodbusters. The KU recruit out of Chandler, Arizona's Red Mountain High School stands in the right-handed box. Taylor a check of the runner and the pitch. First pitch swinging is Bond, and this one carrying over to the first base side and foul ball into the seats.
Ooh, she's okay. That was a close one. The hit batsman, only the second one thrown by Taylor this season. They really don't beat a whole lot of batters here. Fremont doesn't.
No balls and 1 strike to count on Fred Bond for the Hastings Sodbusters. Sodbusters with so many catching options this year, 4 catchers on the roster. Quick move over to first, a decent lead, and Garcia had to scramble back in. Pretty good move for Kai Taylor, not like Jake Schroeder, though. Schroeder, a lightning quick move, and he picked off one of the few base runners he has seen earlier in this game. No balls and 1 strike, Taylor. Check of that runner once again. Takes his time. Kind of freezes the runner just with that patience, if you will, and throws over again. A little bit low in the throw over, but a good dig out for book out. And Garcia back in safely again. No balls, 1 strike to count on Fred Bond as he stands in the right-handed box against Taylor, patiently waiting for the second pitch of the at-bat. Called strike 2. 2 strikes to count on Fred Bond, the catcher for the Hastings Sodbusters. Fremont trails at 1-0 as Taylor trying to retire Bond without him advancing the runner. Bond trying to get a productive at bat somehow. Put it in play. 0-2 pitch. A little bit outside. Could not get Bond to chase. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Fred Bond. Fremont Moo with Darian Morphew out in center. Zach Samayoya is in left, and in right it's Hayden Lewis. 1 ball and 2 strikes, and the throw over to first, and back in safely is Garcia. The infield for the Fremont Moo, catching all those pickoff throws. Bentley Bookout at first. Kanan Dodge at second. Third baseman Tyler Harrington, and the shortstop Austin Baskett. 1-2 pitch on the way. Check swing, and he went around for the strikeout there, so Bond could not advance the runner, and that is strikeout number 5 of the game for Kai Taylor, and that will bring to the plate Tyson Curtis.
Yeah, not the way you want to do it. Strike it out with a check swing. That makes it tough, and Bond not much of a bunter, but Curtis, however, he's a much faster guy. He may butt one down the third base line as Harrington's playing pretty far off of third.
So runner at first, 1 out. See what the Sodbusters elect to do right here. Curtis swinging away here. Had a decent swing and fouls it straight back. No balls. 1 strike to count on Tyson Curtis, UNO recruit. Played in 18 games for the Mavericks. A Millard South grad. And some good baseball in Nebraska. See a lot of Nebraska high school players get an opportunity to play in the state and out of state. showcased in college, and it's great to have an opportunity to see many of those come and play in this Independence League on the various teams with the addition of the North Platte Plainsmen and the Nebraska Prospects. Fun to see that group. Of course, you already had Hastings, Fremont, and the Western Nebraska Pioneers. 0-1 pitch, take it upstairs, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Paying a lot of attention to Danny Garcia, who hasn't attempted a stolen base this season.
But that seems to be Kai Taylor's MO at this point. He is very patient on the mound and tries to keep those runners close for his catcher. 1-1 the count, a pretty good lead for Garcia. And the pitch. Outside, 2 balls and a strike on Tyson Gertis. So Garcia hit by a pitch. Sodbusters getting a leadoff infield single to begin the game. Garrett Kennedy came around to score the lone run on a wild pitch. They had opportunities in the 3rd and now here the 4th to extend this 1-0 lead. Here's the pitch, right across for a strike. 2-2 the count on Tyson Gertis.
Yeah, he's obviously thinking something else. That one looked pretty good.
Dallin Quigley waits on deck. Hastings in the green jerseys today. White numbers trimmed in yellow, the white pinstripe pants. Fremont with the purple jerseys today and the orange numbers. 2-2 the count and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Good job for Taylor to come back and get Gertis. Back-to-back strikeouts after the hit batsman, and Taylor continues to pitch well. 6 strikeouts in the game for him. Pitch count getting up there a little bit for Taylor, and he has now thrown 64 in the game. Here's Dallin Quigley. Quigley struck out looking his first time up. Dallin Quigley can very much be a spark plug of this offense. We'll see if he can keep the inning going. There's a lot of little things well for the Sodbuster squad. Love to have him on base with all the things he can do. His first pitch swinging here and fouls the pitch away. Dallin Quigley. Paris Junior College Dragon. They went 39-17 in the spring. He's out of Lubbock, Texas, Monterey High School. And Quigley, a big part of that success, 308 for the spring with 3 home runs and 23 RBIs.
Yeah, 6 doubles, 3 triples. We'd like to see one of those right here.
Runner at first, 2 outs. Sodbusters lead at 1-0. And Dallin Quigley at the plate. Taylor's pitch. Runner goes. Pitch taken inside. No throw. And they are going to say batter interference, batter out. Quigley was trying to duck out of the way, and they say that he stepped across home plate and interfered with the catcher's throw, and a great job of selling that call for catcher Matt Spear. All he had to do was make contact with Quigley and not throw it, and he was going to get the call, and that's the way it goes. Now, the head coach, Luke Bay, has asked the home plate umpire to go out and visit with the field umpire to see if he had a better look at it. I'm not sure if Quigley ever stepped across the plate or stepped out of the batter's box, but we'll check the official call right here and see how it comes out.
Yeah, I just watched the video. Caden and I are watching the video replay here, and he just moved his body back, his upper body, his torso, but he never stepped in front of the plate. In fact, his feet didn't even move. The ball comes. He just barely moved his head. So there's no way he interfered on that. If the throw was down to third, he would have interfered.
That is going to be the call, and that's going to be the end of the inning. Well, can't win them all. Sodbusters turned away here, a hit batsman, but they end up sending the minimum to the plate against Kai Taylor. And we head to the 5th inning. Josh will have it when we come back. It's 1-0 Hastings. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Life is busy. Between family events, the kids' activities, work, and driving here and there, who has time to wait in the checkout line? The new Sam's Club Scan and Go app lets you scan, pay, and head to the door. Or try curbside pickup. Just shop, park, and let them load it into your car. Curbside pickup for Plus members starts at 7 a.m. Monday through Saturday. Get all the products you love at the prices you expect from Sam's Club and skip the lines. Sam's Club, making busy lives less stressful.
We head to inning number 5. The Hastings Soundbusters with the lead by a score of 1-0. And here is Josh Salmon.
Thank you. Chris Ceballos pleading his case out there as well. Former catcher. He's seen a lot of things like that, but that's not going to change the mind of the umpire. And umpire not making too many friends here in Hastings tonight, but that's part of the job. Coming up here for Fremont is Samoa, Baskin, and Spear. It'll be 5, 6, 7 due up for Fremont. Still 1-0 Hastings. Jake Schroeder settled into a really good groove and struck out all 3 batters last inning. That pitch is high and inside for a ball. For Schroeder tonight, it's pretty much been 2 pitches. Pretty much the curveball and the fastball is what we've seen out of him. Now he'll change up the fastball, sometimes make it tailing, sometimes maybe 2-seam, 4-seam, but that's what he's seen. Fly out to center field. Quigley, he's so fast he had to wait on that one as it was very shallow. It's still 1 down.
And you see the differences in the outfielders. I mean, the Soundbusters, these guys really get accustomed to Duncan Field, and that was perfectly played. We've seen Fremont outfielders really struggle with where the ball's going to go, and Quigley made that one look easy to make the first out.
Austin Baskin, the shortstop, comes up 0 for 1, struck out his first time. Strike 1 there from Schroeder. Jake in his 5th inning of work. Doing a good job here for Hastings tonight. Schroeder with 55 pitches. This is 56. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. So that's about where you want your guy here in the 5th inning. Not bad at all. And he's working very quickly. He's just ready to go on the next pitch. Going up high. Shows confidence when you do that. He's got confidence in his defense. He knows what he's got behind him. He's got some great defenders out there, so he can focus on his game. The 1-2 coming up. That one well outside, 2-2.
And it's awfully fun to play defense behind a guy who's working quickly, so it's very complimentary when your guy's working fast. You're going to be ready for that next pitch.
And here it is, the 2-2 inside, and that one scared him a little bit. He's trying to say it hit his face. I don't think that one hit him at all.
Said he hit his helmet.
And Bond's not having it. Chirping coming from both dugouts here, and they're going to say that it hit him.
Soundbuster fans aren't happy about it.
We're going to make sure our crowd mic is down here. Double checking the crowd mic. This umpire's going to need some police escort out here tonight.
Well, like if there is, if you want to go with empirical evidence, he changed helmets because the helmet broke. So I would say it probably hit his helmet.
Well, I don't know if it broke, but he says it did.
Well, but you talk about selling it.
Yeah.
He took the time to go to the dugout and get a different helmet because it broke the brim of his helmet. So, if he is a Lion, Austin Baskin, is playing it well to the end. I think it probably did hit his helmet, and we just really couldn't have a great look at it.
The Oscar goes to Austin Baskin. Here comes Matt Spear, the catcher. First pitch swinging on him, deep to right. Playing shallow out there is Gertis. He's have to make a Willie Mays-style catch, and he does. What an amazing catch. If there was a warning track, that's where it would be. They're going to try to double him off of first base and not. Holy moly, Gertis was playing very shallow, and Willie Mays-style out there right before he got to the brick wall. That could have been dangerous. What a play.
Amazing for Tyson Gertis. There is no way he is going to make that play. Heck of a job base running for Austin Baskin because he was pretty much all the way to second and had to hustle all the way back to avoid the inning-ending double play. Yeah, that had RBI triple written all over it.
Yeah, and if there was any kind of wind blowing out, that thing was out of here because he just hit it squarely on the screws, and Gertis was about 4 feet from crashing into the wall. That was an outstanding play.
Another one of the center fielders playing right field for this Hastings Soundbuster team. Man, they are fun in the outfield this year.
Tyler Harrington comes up, throw it on to first. Baskin back. Wow. He's back out where he was before, playing shallow on the left-handed. That was a left-handed batter. This is a right-handed batter. And I thought, boy, the way that thing came off the bat and the way he was running, full sprint over the head, that was an unbelievable catch. You have no idea how hard that is. 8-year outfielder speaking right here. 1 ball, no strike. And the curveball stays up high for ball 2.
And we talk about the confidence with these guys. And, the wind's blowing in from center field, so it's a huge outfield. Most of the outfielders do play fairly shallow here, particularly with the wind blowing in. And that was a rocket shot from Matt Spear, and he was robbed.
2-0 pitch coming in for strike 1. 1 on, 2 out here for Fremont in the top of the 5th. They trail 1-0. Fly out by Samoa to lead off the inning. Baskin was hit by a pitch. He stands on first. Matt Spear flew out to right field a moment ago. Those are the 2 outs. 2-1 here to the 8th place hitter, third baseman Tyler Harrington.
And Schroeder comes up high, 3-1.
And that last play, one of the reasons that the Hastings Sodbusters are 5 games over 500 despite having the 7th best hitting team out of the 10 teams in the Independence League. They can pitch it and play a lot of D.
3-1 coming up from Schroeder is outside for ball 4, third walk of the night for Jacob Schroeder. And we talked to, both coaches about defense. A little early in the season they got in some error thing, a couple games where they had 4 or 5 errors, something like that, and they said, well, these guys just got to get used to playing with each other, and they were right. And they're used to playing with each other. We haven't seen very many errors from the Sodbuster team in quite a while, and that's a great thing.
This is a big at-bat in this game. Sodbusters lead at 1-0. Number 9 hitter, Hayden Lewis, have had a couple of free passes. They hit batsman on the walk. Jake Schroeder really needs to get out of this with no damage done and keep the momentum on the side of the Hastings Sodbusters.
He is the 9th place hitter. He's hitting .240, which on this team is not much of anything, and that pitch inside for a strike. Now, to me, that looked almost like the Dallin Quigley play. I'll let it go after this, but he was moved just about as much as Dallin did on the throw. Take it as you will. 2 runners on here for Fremont, 2 outs, so Jake Schroeder trying to get out of the inning. Here in the 5th, steps off, walks the runner back. Austin Baskin stands on second. Tyler Harrington stands on first. Hayden Lewis at the plate here for Fremont. 1-0 Hastings, scoring their 1 in the bottom of the first, only run of the game thus far. Schroeder's pitch, swung on and missed. Now he looked like he went with a slider on that one. He's been throwing that out occasionally, mostly curveballs and fastballs tonight. So he went to his bag of tricks. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Schroeder 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning here. And pitch coming up. Fouled off. On that one, we'll do it again at 0-2.
Like Schroeder just coming right after him after he issued that 5-pitch walk to Harrington. He knows number 9 hitter's up there. If he hits it, fine, but he is not going to shy away, not going to give a free pass. He wants to get Lewis here and not have to face Morphew this inning.
70th pitch of the game coming up for Jake Schroeder right here. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 on for Fremont. They trail 1-0. Schroeder double checks his runners. That one hit to right as well. Gertis has a little bit easier time making this one as he camps underneath it and retires the out on the fly out to right field. But no runs, no hits, no errors, an amazing catch in right field, and 2.
Announcing the Nebraska Lottery's Lucky for Life ticket snap. Start the play by purchasing a Lucky for Life ticket by July 26th and enter the voucher number for a chance to win Nebraska football Skybox season tickets, regular season tickets, single game tickets, or a weekend football experience. It's our Lucky for Life ticket snap promotion, and it's 100 yards of fun. Lucky for Life top prize odds 1 in 30 million.
Are you tired of lousy internet and faceless customer service? It's time to experience local, honest, hassle-free, and exceptional. That's the Allo promise. We not only provide crazy fast fiber internet, crystal clear TV, and dependable phone service, but we choose to become a part of the communities we serve and love when everyone calls or stops by our store to say Allo. So don't settle for mediocre, settle for exceptional with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/local.
Sodbuster Baseball from Duncan Field. Happy to have you back. Josh Salmon, Steve Stein along with you as we get set for bottom of the 5th inning here. And boy, I still can't get over that amazing catch by Tyson Gertis out there in right field. I'm a guy that loves defense and base running, and so that's going to live in my mind for quite a while here.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun, as good as it gets, and it was kind of the Garrett Kennedy show on Monday with the defense he played. Today, Tyson Gertis gets the early vote for Defensive Player of the Game with and maybe the Play of the Year in the Independence League with that catch out in right field. And it's top of the order, Kennedy coming up against Kai Taylor.
So Garrett Kennedy, only 2 for 2 tonight. Done a great job. 2 singles for him. That average still a little over 300, and that one almost tried to take his head off there.
Kennedy, a good series going on after going 2 for 6 on Monday, so already 4 hits in the series. A guy I don't think we've featured. There'll be a potential interview here in the next few games, the UNO product.
Yeah, I may go grab him after the game. 310 batting average currently. Pitch coming up here from Kai Taylor is inside. Ball 1, 1 ball, 1 strike. Zimmerman, Harper to up next. Busters have had some chances. They've left 4 on base today, but only the 1 run in. The 2-0 is upstairs and 3-0. Or excuse me, it should be 2 and...
No, it's 3-0.
It is 3-0, okay. I had a strike written down, my fault. Scoreboard was right. I was wrong. 3-0 here to Kennedy. Like to get speed on the base path here. Setting up on the inside, and Taylor goes there, and that's in there for a strike. So now it's 3-1. Garrett Kennedy would be happy with a walk. He wants to get on any way he can. That's the job of the leadoff hitter. The 3-1 offering. Broke his bat on that one. That's a center field. Morphew underneath it, one-handed, and there's one down. First time he didn't reach base tonight. Brings up Brett Zimmerman. Zimmerman over at the hot corner again. Plays a good third base. Does it with the bat as well. 1 of 2 tonight. Fielder's choice his last time up, batting currently .400. You say that's, he's had 33 bats, so it's an outstanding for Sodbusters this season since joining the team a little later than the other guys. First pitch in there for a strike.
Another guy who would be among the league leaders in hitting if he had had the minimum number of at-bats to qualify.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that number is. The 0-1 coming up here. Duddleston's in that same category. Going in there strike 2.
I want to say like 2.5 at-bats per game of the games that have been played by your team. So neither one of those guys have played enough games. Duddleston due to the injury and Zimmerman due to not being here.
Yeah, Kennedy has 40 at-bats, and Zimmerman has 33. This will be 34 for him. 1-2 to Zimmerman. Aaron Harper due up next. Busters in need of some base runners. Need some runs here. Just the 1 run. Swung on a miss on that one. It's a strikeout. Going to throw down the first to complete the play. And they do. And that is another out for the Busters here in the 5th.
Kai Taylor's done a nice job. He's been in trouble, but when he's had issues, strike out 7 Ks, and I'm sure that Luke Bay probably not going to be too happy with the lack of contact provided through the first 6 innings against Taylor at this point. They're just not putting many balls in play, but they do own a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, coaches Luke and Chris talk about good at-bats, and they have not had some good at-bats tonight. They've swung in a couple pitches that were out of the zone a couple different times, and that doesn't help your case. Aaron Harper comes up. He has not struck out. He is lined out to right field, and I say lined out because it was very shallow, and he's also walked. 1-0 here to Harper. Aaron, shortstop, can play a little second base as well, but he's pretty much locked into that shortstop position here. Not a whole lot of depth at shortstop. You've got Tegan Tammy who can also play there. And that one called a low strike. So, 1 ball, 1 strike. That one hit to left field, tattooed, but right on top of it is Samoy out there to retire the side. Hit it right on the screws, but just right at somebody. And the Busters are done here in the 5th inning. 6th inning coming up from Duncan Field. Hastings leads 1-0. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Third and 25. Quarterback takes the snap. He rolls out to the right.
After the game, come on into Sirloin World for our Saturday specials.
It's more fun to watch Nebraska football in person. And for a chance at great seats, enter the Nebraska Lottery's Lucky for Life ticket snap. Through July 26th, buy a Lucky for Life ticket and enter the voucher number for a chance to win Nebraska football Skybox season tickets and more. And don't worry, Sirloin World will still be there when the game's over. Lucky for Life top prize odds 1 in 30 million.
We head to the 6th inning. The Hastings Sodbusters and Fremont Moo locked in a great pitcher's duel. 1-0 to score. Jake Schroeder right now out dueling Kai Taylor. And Schroeder going to be facing the top of the order for Fremont. Morphew, Dodge, and Aspaqueta. And Got to keep putting up zeros the way Kai Taylor's gotten it rolling after he gave up that single run in the first. That has been it. Tremendous ball game going on here at Duncan Field. First pitch is across for a strike. No balls, one strike on Darian Morphew. He walked his first time up but was picked off. Then he hit into an inning-ending 4-6-3 double play. And tries to bunt here. Pretty good one. Picked up by the third baseman. Throw to first. In time, well played. Brett Zimmerman charges, throws, and the Sodbusters flashed the leather again to get the first out here in the sixth.
That's a great out because he's pretty fast. Morphew's a very good runner. Zimmerman on top of it, and he's got a rifle for an arm over there at third.
Kanan Dodge will come to the plate. He struck out twice against Jake Schroeder. Like I say, it was a good group of guys last year and a good group of players, but this Sodbuster team is awfully fun to watch this season. Infield, outfield pitching, and if you like the little things of baseball, this Hastings Sodbuster team has been doing it all this year. Kanan Dodge takes strike one, no balls, one strike, and he watches strike two go by. Two quick strikes on Dodge, who struck out on 3 pitches his last time up. And you got to feel like if Schroeder throws one away right here, Dodge may swing at it. Curveball is off the end of the bat. It is going to get foul. Unfortunate, man. If Larson could have got there a half step earlier, it's an easy play, and he's able to step on the bag. It remains 2 strikes on Kanan Dodge. Good hustle for Larson, and that ball just squibbing off the end of the bat, and it was headed toward foul territory all the way. And another chance here for Dodge, who was way out in front of that. Hastings Sodbusters with a 1-0 lead right here. 1 run on 4 hits for Hastings. No runs, just 1 hit so far against Jake Schroeder, the Hastings grad. Pitch is fouled away. It remains no balls, 2 strikes. Nothing but strikes thrown to Kanan Dodge here in this at-bat. This will be the 5th pitch of the at-bat. He threw 3 straight strikes to strike him out back in the 4th inning. He's thrown only 1 ball to Dodge in 3 at-bats. Struck him out on a 1-2 pitch back in the first. Bouncing ball to the right side. That's easy play for the second baseman, Danny Garcia, and 2 quick outs to open the 6th inning. A fast-moving game here at Duncan Field. 1-0 Sodbusters on top.
Badland Big Six leading 2-0 at home in the second over Canyon County Spuds. Casper Horseheads and Nebraska Prospects at Casper, no score on that one. And Spearfish Sasquatch hosting Gem City, no score on that one.
And Nico Aspiqueta comes to the plate now. He is 0 for 2, so the top 3 batters on the team have not done much. Just a walk from their top 3 in the order. As Jake Schroeder's been up to the task and throws strike 1 against Nico Aspiqueta. Here's the pitch. Way out in front of that offering. No balls, 2 strikes on Aspiqueta as Schroeder trying to work another 1-2-3 inning. Set him down in order in the 2nd and in the 4th.
That was a slider again, just pulling it out at the right times.
0-2 delivery is on the way from Jake Schroeder. Swing and a miss. 1-2-3 for Schroeder. Set him down in order. And through 6, he has now thrown just 80 pitches. The Sodbusters continue to lead it 1-0 over the Fremont Moo, and this is Sodbuster Baseball is sponsored by Nebraska Land Distributors. When you come to the ballpark, you can get a Coors Light, crisp, refreshing chill, keeping Nebraska chill, and light beer from Miller. Light beer with more taste. Nebraska Land Distributors also features White Claw. Live your way. And a trip to the ballpark wouldn't be complete without Leinenkugel's Summer Shandy, refreshing beer with a hint of lemon. Check out these great adult beverages on your next trip to the Hastings Sodbusters, courtesy of Nebraska Land Distributors. We head to the bottom half of inning number 6. The Hastings Sodbusters continue to lead at 1-0. It'll be Larson, Adams, and Garcia trying to find the measure of Kai Taylor. The difference in this game, bunt single, error, single, and wild pitch. That scored the lone run of the game. Garrett Kennedy doing that back in inning number 1. Zimmerman advanced him, and Kennedy came in to score on the wild pitch. Here is Brandon Larson, who's 1 for 2 on the day, left-handed hitter, against the righty Kai Taylor. Bouncing ball back up the middle, knocked down by the second baseman. Throw to first. Bounces away from the first baseman. Excellent effort. How about the sliding stop for Kanan Dodge, and put a good one-hopper over to Bookout, who could not dig it out. And the Sodbusters will have a runner at first and nobody out as they continue to put pressure on Kai Taylor.
Yeah, Brandon Larson running it out the entire way. You know, sometimes guys give up, but he ran it out and got himself a base hit out of it.
That is an infield single, according to Andy Chase, the official statistician for the Hastings Sodbusters. Okay, I think you've got to.
Yep.
I mean, yes, I know it was a poor throw, but it was because Kanan Dodge was sliding on his knee away from first base. And so, infield single for Larson, according to the official Hastings stat man.
I agree.
And 1-0 the count now on Sam Adams, trying to move that runner along. He is not bunting. He is looking at this one. It goes by for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes on Sam, who struck out looking his first time up, flew out to center in inning number 3. We're down to 6th. Insurance runner 2 would look really big in this 1-0 contest. Quick moving game here at Duncan Field. Kai Taylor's been outstanding. Jake Schroeder has been better. 3-0 the count now as Adams had to back out of the way of that one.
Adams just haven't really found the groove yet here in Hastings with the bat. Hoping to snap that right here.
And he was certainly capable. 287 for the spring, 3 home runs, 15 RBIs for the Westerners of West Texas College. Western Texas, I should say. 3-0 count, and the pitch is in there for strike 3-1 on Sam Adams. Another one of the guys who's pretty versatile. He can catch, does some DH work, and could play first base as well for this Hastings team. The Westerners are pretty solid in the spring, 29-22, went 18-14 in their conference. Pitch just misses, ball 4, and runners at first and second now for the Sodbusters, and nobody out with Danny Garcia coming to the plate.
2 on here for the Busters. Now you have another chance. Haven't had a base runner on since the 3rd inning. Got to do something about it. I take that back. 4th inning, had a hit by pitch.
Looks like there is a little bit of action starting to happen in the Fremont bullpen, and the head coach, Shea Bennett, will come out. He's in his 4th year, the Expedition Coach of the Year back in 2020, and assisted at Midland University. He's the recruiting coordinator and works with pitchers while at Midland. Done a really nice job. And I tell you, he did a good job with last year's squad. They didn't make the playoffs, but were one of the best teams. Went 41-23, but didn't win either half, as in the division that they played in the Expedition League. Spearfish ended up winning a second half after Western Nebraska won the first half. Those two teams met in the playoffs, with Spearfish moving on and eventually winning the league title. Umpire will come out and break this up, and the Sodbusters will have a good opportunity. We'll see if Danny Garcia is up there, perhaps bunting at this point. 5'11", 170-pounder. Would certainly think that would be plan A, although Garcia may make him throw a strike first, as Taylor struggled with his control the last batter. The infield single from Larson, the walk to Adams, and the Sodbusters with a great chance to add to a 1-0 lead. Taylor's been up to the task, battling out of several jams so far in this one. The pitch, swinging away, and a big swing, no contact for Garcia. No balls and 1 strike, as Scott DeLucia has made his way up here. We'll try to get some comments from him, as he is, boy, you talk about a guy who coming in just at the right time. Now, don't you be yelling too much here. This is a pretty big moment in the game with the Sodbusters on top 1-0, and we'll let you get settled, and Kai Taylor brings the pitch over, and that is ball 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. What a fun baseball game. Man, this is what it's all about.
You know, we've been playing really good baseball, and I had an opportunity the first inning. I thought we maybe could have got a crooked number up there, but our kids are playing good baseball. And so that makes it fun to watch. And, boy, they're playing hard and playing smart, and good things are happening right now.
Great defense so far in this game, and Jake Schroeder throwing another gem. 1-1 delivery, and that's across for strike 2. This is a big moment in the game. You mentioned that first, kind of a similar situation this inning, where you get first and second, nobody out. You want to for sure get 1. You'd love to get 2 out of this or more.
Well, we got to take advantage of these opportunities. They have a good lineup offensively, and Jake's pitching really well, but we've got to take advantage of these and scratch a couple runs off.
1-2 pitches on the way, big swing, no contact, and that is a large out for Kai Taylor. You got to give him credit. He's made the pitches when he's needed to.
He has. He's thrown the ball really well. A little more velocity than than I thought when I watched him warming up in the bullpen, but he's done a good job at commanding the strike zone, and that corner is a little wide, and he's been good at being aggressive on that, and he's got us to enough velocity where we've had to guess a few times and got us ourselves out a couple on pitches that weren't strikes.
Fred Bond up there now trying to pick his team up. Runners at first and second, one out. Sodbusters lead it by a score of 1-0. The pitch loop towards center field. That's a base hit. Sodbusters will not try to score the run as it was shallow center and a good throw home from Darian Morphew. So the bases are loaded for Tyson Curtis for the Hastings Sodbusters.
Hey, that's really good for Fred. We've been talking to Fred a lot about being aggressive early. He's just doubting himself a little bit. Not a lot of confidence. Not swinging at right pitches. Been defensive a little bit. So it's good to see him get an early pitch single for us, and big moment here for Gertis.
And before we talk about Gertis hitting, what about the play in right field? Oh my goodness!
You guys didn't get a chance to see it, but he made a play that we sent to ESPN at Western Nebraska, jumped up over the fence, reached out behind it, and took it back. The ball was gone, and he took it back. And we got a letter from ESPN, or email, excuse me, but wait for this pitch here. But anyway, they told us that if the video would have been better, he'd have made the list. It was a wonderful play. It was super athletic for him to get up there in the first place. It's a big wall, and he jumped over the wall and took a home run away. Unfortunately, didn't lead to a win, but that was an incredible play here tonight.
No balls, one strike, one out. Big moment of the game. Sodbusters trying to add to a 1-0 lead as infield creeping in a little bit more on Gertis, who swings and misses here. They were maybe thinking he was going to be bunting. It's 2 strikes on Gertis with Larson at second. I should say with Larson at third, Adams at second, and Bond at first. Bases loaded for the Sodbusters here in inning number 6.
Really need to punch one here and at least put the pressure on them defensively.
So the infield is playing in. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. It went up in the eyes of Tyson Curtis. He's going to be disappointed with that. Strikeout number 9 for Taylor, and it's going to be up to Dallin Quigley if the Sodbusters are going to score here in inning number 6.
That's twice we've tried to high pitch on the outside of the plate. We got to go with that and drop on the right side. But we'll get it, but DQ's a good guy. Hopefully he can bail us out here.
Sodbusters lead at 1-0. Still a big spot in this game if the Sodbusters can come through. And the pitch is swung on and missed. No balls and 1 strike. And like I say, Kai Taylor just seems to bring it when the situations have been like this in the game. Anytime he's been in a jam, he's been able to get the strikeout. He struck out back-to-back batters in the first after the Sodbusters had their first 3 reach.
Yeah, he's got enough velocity to challenge us up in the strike zone. We haven't been able to get on top of that pitch yet.
0-1 pitch, and that's taken high. Good take there for Dallin Quigley. 1 ball, 1 strike, and not your stereotypical number 9 hitter, Dallin Quigley, as he's a guy you probably like up in this situation.
Wait till you see us play softball this fall. That's one of my favorite tricks, is to put a guy I really like and a fast, a good disciplined hitter at the bottom. And so that's why we got DQ down there. And so it's a good. We think maybe we get him a couple extra fastballs from that position and see if we can get the ball in play. So that's why we do that, and I do that a lot in softball as well. So it's kind of my little trick that I play for.
Yep, your second leadoff hitter basically in that number 9 spot in the batting order. And Quigley's batted leadoff. He's batted 6th. He can bat a lot of different spots with the Sodbuster squad. 2-1 pitch. Inside, ball 3. Nowhere to put Dallin Quigley, and he could be a little selective against Kai Taylor here with a 3-1 count his way, and the bases loaded and 2 outs.
This is what we were working on a little bit on Monday night in the cage with him, is understanding the situation, and we're looking at 1 pitch, 1 spot here, and so hopefully he's disciplined enough to hit his pitch.
Sodbusters lead at 1-0, looking for more. 3-1 delivery, taken high for ball 4. That's an RBI. Bases loaded, walk for Quigley, and the Sodbusters have a 2-0 lead.
And that's a pitch we've been swinging at earlier in the game, and that's just, it's close, it's on the upper part of the strike zone, and that's a good at bat. And now we're going to get in the bullpen, so that's good for the Sodbusters.
Yep, so we're going to keep it right here as they have the pitching change. It's Steve Stein, Josh Salmon, our producer today. Guy's done a great job for us throughout the year. Caden Kirkak, and of course Scott DeLucia, owner GM. What a fun opportunity to have to talk about today about what's going to be happening tomorrow.
Tomorrow's a big night for us. And, well, first of all, I got a whole bunch of family watching tonight in Wisconsin. My family's on vacation, and unfortunately I'm not there. Yeah, there we go. Hi everybody. I love you, and I appreciate all your support. Unfortunately, my job means sometimes I have to do things this summer that maybe I don't want to. So my whole family's watching. I love you. I wish I was there. I really enjoyed up there. My Uncle Jim and Gail, they're the best, and my whole family's up there watching. So it does make me feel a little bit better that I know I got my family watching. But it was great night here at Duggan Field, and despite the fact that my family is having more fun than me, at least I'm at a place that I love.
As we try to get a name on the new pitcher, 23, we believe, is Ian Graff. Do a little research here.
Those numbers are hard.
And I don't have a 33, although, but did not get here in time to get my updated roster, so we will try to get a number 33 real quickly. Looking like it's going to be, is it Higdon? They've put Ben Higdon. He's listed as number 39, but he'll be 33 in our book and in our hearts. So Ben Higdon, right-hander, comes in a big situation here in this game with the Sodbusters on top by a score of 2-0. Ben Higdon is going to get an opportunity to pitch here.
Last year at third president, and the prize is really big this year. And you think that's
Higdon is, we're good with that, Higdon.
Yep.
So.
And he'll be making his second appearance of the year. He's allowed 2 runs, both of them earned, no hits. He has walked 3 and struck out none, so control has been an issue for him, and you got a pretty good eye with Garrett Kennedy coming up there. He may get a chance to be selective, as Higdon has an ERA of 18.
Yeah.
And that is a 39, I believe.
Yeah, 39. Those numbers are really hard to read.
Yep.
They're not real friendly, but anyway, you know, in this situation, I still want Garrett to be aggressive early. We're trying to change his mindset, trying to get ready early in the count. So, you know, I'm guessing with the bases loaded, this may be the get me over fastball. I want Garrett ready to go. Let's not give him the advantage, and I don't always like to call my shot, but I kind of see a ground ball in the 6 hole for a base hit coming.
And that would probably bring home 2 runs. It's a ball taken the other way, foul ball on the first base side, and Garrett Kennedy going to have to get some new lumber.
That's 2 tonight, so I'm going to have to send the Kennedy family a bill.
Yeah.
That's 2. As soon as I'm done, I'm going to go talk to Dan. Dan's in the stands. I just found he lost a Yeti here the other day, and I found that for him. So
good.
Maybe I can collect a little bit on a few bats, because he's 0 for 2 today on bats.
But he does have 2 singles, and the big play in the game, the infield single. Sodbusters scored their first run of the game on that particular batter as the pitch bounces in there. 1 ball, 1 strike on Garrett Kennedy. And we talked about the defense of Curtis. What about the defense for Kennedy the other day? He was outstanding in left field on a tough night with the wind, and he was good.
Yeah, you know, we have 5 outfielders on the team, and we have 4 center fielders, and they're all really good, and they all can run. And I make fun of Duddleson because he's the 5th outfielder, and he's a hell of an outfielder, but he's not nearly as fast. But he does a really good job, and you know, it's kind of neat. I don't know if you know or not, but Shane Scott from last year getting married tomorrow night or Friday night, and we got 6 guys that are left to be in the wedding.
Oh, very cool.
And they're not all teammates from Arkansas Tech. They're Sodbuster teammates, and that's really makes it. That's what we do. We're family. We get together. These guys all get along, and that's been one thing that we've done really well this year so far.
1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Big opportunity for Kennedy trying to come through. Bases loaded, 2 outs, 1 run home here for the Sodbusters. Off speeder. Ooh, it's still an opportunity now for Kennedy. 2-2. Sodbuster fans can breathe a little sigh of relief there.
That was a kind of a hanging breaking ball, but luckily that stayed a little high because it definitely caught a lot of the plate. So Garrett should get a pitch to hit here because he doesn't want to go 3-2 with them loaded.
Sodbusters lead it 2-0, getting an insurance run here, wanting more, and a swing and a miss. A good job for Higdon to come out and get a large strikeout to end this 6th inning. We'll keep Scott Galusha with us if you've got some time.
You bet.
And good job for Higdon to put out the fire, but the bases loaded walk. Sodbusters probably feel like they should have got more, but at least you get a little more insurance. And Jake Schroeder will come out there now with a little more breathing room.
Well, not much against Fremont, but we'll take every insurance run we can get. You know, we for the first time ever, really, Luke and I and Chris Ceballos, we sort of recruited to what we do well here, and it's really nice to see us play. And of course, there's always been a couple bumps where we didn't play very well, but we're really pitching the ball really well and playing good defense. And at Duncan Field, when you can do those things, you're going to have an opportunity to win. And and this is the best team we've ever had, and so we're really excited with just a few games left in the first half with an opportunity to get to the playoffs, which would be a nice accomplishment for us as well. And now that's not the most important thing we do, Steve, because we got to take care of people first, but it sure is nice that we've got a group out there that not only plays the right way, but they act the right way off the field, and that makes me very proud to be part of what we do.
Now, to get clarification, first half winner's automatically going to make the playoffs. Now, the second half winner if will make the playoffs. If the same team wins both, is the second half winner or the second half second place finisher? It's different.
It's the whole season record. If the same team wins both sides,
best
the
overall
second
record.
best overall record for the season.
So a little different than previous years. All right. So good to know.
So it is and there's some different language in our new league about the playoff system, and we'll get to that as we get further. And I got a lot of questions about that today because our fans understand what's going on.
Yeah, because there's 4 teams basically within a game and a half of first with just a few games to go in this first half.
And they're all good. I mean, you go on a losing streak, you're going to go first to fourth in a second because everybody's good. But there is some language in there to make sure that we do it right, and so we're excited that we're. This series and our next series, the next 7 games are probably the most important games we've ever played from a baseball standpoint. And so we're really happy that we're getting this kind of effort from these kids out here tonight.
Into the 7th inning, and first pitch swinging, and that's a foul ball. Pretty good shot off the bat of Bentley Bookout, and they're trying to be aggressive because Jake Schroeder's been pretty good at throwing strike one today, and sometimes these squad from Fremont, they have not swung at those first pitches and let them go by, but strike one here on Bookout is 0-for-2 in the game.
Gotcha. Jake played for us last year, and he's a Hastings guy. Everybody in this community knows him. He's been wonderful. He's a great teammate, but he's worked his butt off to get better and better and better. And he's changed his arm slot a little bit, and right now his curveball looks just like his fastball coming out of his hands, and you can see that he gets a lot of crazy swings on that breaking ball because his arm slot is the same on fastballs and curveballs now, and so really happy for him. It's a testament to that young man on how much effort and work he's put in to be that. And he got a really good role for his team at Washburn, and they're just bigger and better things all the time for Jake coming.
Threw a great pitch there, and Brett Zimmerman, who's been great at third base, did a good play on the short hop and threw over to first Brandon Larson to retire Bentley Bookout. And first pitch swinging is Zach Samayoya, who is down at the count 0-1. He's 0-for-2 in the game. Sodbusters lead it 2-0, top of the 7th here at Duncan Field.
It's fun to talk about baseball, Steve, because we both love the game, and it's just been great. But you should have seen these young men at our YMCA camp today. The pride that they take and the way these little young men from Hastings and young ladies look at these kids for 3 hours a day, 4 days in a row. People don't understand what all these kids do off the field, and they're just every single one of them just takes a lot of pride being a positive part of our community. And that's really, I love that we're a good baseball team. But I say it all the time. We take good people first, good students second, and then good athletes third. And these kids are just a testament. They've all been a really positive part of our community. And to see the way those little kids look at those kids, our guys, is just phenomenal. And so I'm so proud of them. They take it seriously. We're really organized. We had the best number. Ty LeBar and his staff at the Y. We had the best numbers we've had in 5 years at our camps. And so it's good. And we give all those kids tickets. And I saw several kids today walking around in those YMCA Sodbuster T-shirts today. So that makes me smile.
3-pitch strikeout to Samayoya, and that brings up Austin Baskin. Baskin 0-for-1, hit by a pitch his last time up. He struck out. That's 8 Ks for Jake Schroeder as the pitch is taken outside. And, he looked really good the last time Sodbuster fans saw him here.
Yeah.
Didn't pick up a win, but 6 shutout innings. And today, a 1-hit ball as the Sodbusters are doing a great job, leading it 2-0, getting into the later innings here in the top of the 7th.
And a couple weeks ago when we were sitting here talking, I told you that I could see that his landing foot was inconsistent. I remember talking to you about that. And we showed him that on film and got him work on that. And since we've made that little adjustment, he's just been really, really good.
3-1 pitch line to right field, making it look so easy, Tyson Curtis. 1, 2, 3.
That's why you have 3 center fielders out there, Steve.
Yep, just pretty fun. And you want to stick around through the 7th?
Just one more thing I just want to say to my family, because I have a grandson now, which is the greatest job in the world. Okay, that young man is going to be 1 on the 27th, and it just sucks that I'm not there. And I love the time that my son and I have always had on vacation, to sit there and just talk, act like we're fishing, but we're really just talking. And to not be there this weekend is a little bit of a bummer. But I love everybody up there, and I know you're all going to have a good time. But I do miss you. But I'm doing what we do.
Scott Galusha, appreciate you coming up, GM, owner, and guy who just carries himself with so much emotion. It's you gotta love this guy. He's just so much fun. So appreciate you coming up, and we were gonna head to the bottom half of the 7th inning. 2-0 the score. Ben Higdon out for his first full inning of work. Did a good job of putting out the fire with the bases loaded and 2 outs. He was able to strike out Garrett Kennedy, and now he'll face 2, 3, and 4 with Zimmerman, Harper, and Larson. As the Sodbusters still would love a little more insurance. Chris Mazzini was warming in the Buster bullpen earlier. We'll see if we're nearing the end for Jake Schroeder, who certainly seemed to earn himself another inning. He's up over 90 pitches now, but set him down 1, 2, 3, just a one-hitter and 8 strikeouts for Jake Schroeder in the game.
Yeah, what a job he has done there tonight. I mean, just only the one hit he has given up, and that is just unbelievable. And he's just mixing up his pitches really well. He'll go curveball, fastball, and then when they're expecting one of those, he'll throw that slider on occasion. And just really in the zone tonight is Jake Schroeder.
Sodbusters doing a good job on Monday night, winning the contest against Fremont, dominating the Moo by a 12-1 count. Much different kind of game here today. Sodbusters got an early run, made it stand up until the 6th when they added another, an infield single, a walk, a single, a bases-loaded walk. That played to the run, and first pitch is right across for strike one. No balls, 1 strike on Brett Zimmerman, who's 1 for 3 in the game for the Hastings Sodbusters. Fremont and Hastings, 2 of the rivals here in this Independence League, as this pitch behind Brett Zimmerman nearly got a piece of him. Ben Higdon threw it so hard his hat came flying off. and that is a 39.
Yeah, that's only a 9 miles an hour, so it's not the wind. It's just the throwing hard of the hat coming off. Yeah, I'm sorry. That 9 looked like a 3 to me. It's a bad font.
1-1 pitch on the way. And, you know, if you're in the batter's box, I don't think it's too bad, but you get that much farther away. I should have grabbed the binocs and checked it out. 2-1 the count now on Brett Zimmerman. Sodbusters trying to get a leadoff base runner again. They've had plenty of opportunities. 6 hits in the game. They have stranded 7, but unable to really take advantage against Kai Taylor. Gutted his way through 5 2/3, allowed just 2 runs. Pitch is fouled away. 3-2 the count now on Brett Zimmerman for the Hastings Sodbusters. Great to have Zimmerman a part of this team out of Loyola Marymount, Modesto, California, his hometown.
Looking for his 8th walk of the season. Looks to be a good time to have it.
As Higdon shakes off a sign, brings home the 3-2 pitch. This one is lined to center field. Morphew going over into the right field alley and makes the catch. He's pretty solid out there for the Fremont Moo. So 1 out for Aaron Harper. Harper reached back in the first with a walk. He's 0 for 2 since with a fly out to right and a line out to left. 2 runs, 6 hits for the Sodbusters. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error for Fremont. Another well-played game. If you want to get out and see some great baseball, man, this college-level baseball for the summer has been great fun this year. These 2 teams will play again tomorrow. Then it'll be the Nebraska Prospects in town Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And they played 3 great games earlier this year. Off-speed pitch right across. So Ben Higdon's come in and thrown strikes for the most part. Got a strikeout and a line out. His first 2 batters faced since coming in relief with 2 outs in the 6th. Bottom of the 7th now. Sodbusters lead it 2-0 as the pitch swung on and missed quickly. 2 strikes on Aaron Harper.
A very nice breaking ball there from Higdon. That thing had some early movement, and Harper didn't know what it was.
0-2 the count. Mentioned Higdon just making his 2nd appearance pitching-wise. 0-2 pitch on the way. Off speed, clear back to the screen for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That's what you call a waste pitch for Higdon.
Just a bit high.
They had struggled with control his first outing, but has been pretty good here today. Shakes off 1 sign, shakes off another, shakes off a 3rd sign. His 4th pitch. That's the one he wanted as he strikes out Aaron Harper for the 2nd out of the inning.
Higdon doing a good job out of the bullpen. You said he only pitched the one time. We saw him back on Monday, as a batter, and he went 0 for 3 in that one, so maybe he does a little better on the mound.
So Brandon Larson up there now. Larson with a pair of hits and 3 at-bats, an infield single his last time up, and he scored the second sod-buster run. He had a single on the third. 2 for 3 in the game for Brandon Larson. Swings and misses here. No balls and 1 strike on Larson. Larson, the signee for the University of California, San Diego. Pitch is missing there. 4-1, 1 ball, and 1 strike on Larson. The Tritons went 24-32 this past year. 1-1 the count on Larson. Takes this pitch inside, 2-1 on the big fella Larson.
And I should know where that college is in San Diego, but I don't. I grew up there, lived there 16 years, but I'm not sure where that college is.
That's okay.
It was all about SDSU when I was out there.
2-1 delivery. Bounces in there for ball 3. 3-1 the count, trying to work his way on. A fly out to center, a strikeout here in the bottom of the 7th. Sodbusters lead it 2-0. 1 in the first and 1 in the 6th. Ball 4. So Larson able to work his way on, and Sam Adams will come to the plate for the Hastings Sodbusters, DHing today. 0 for 2 for Sam.
For Larson, the 6th walk of the season for him, and just a few at-bats, so about 20 at-bats, so not bad.
Decent on-base percentage as this Sodbuster team. It's neat to hear Scott Galusha talking about, and that's another thing. Sodbusters have swung at some pitches out of the zone today, but a decent team in terms of getting on base, because it's not been a real strong hitting teams in terms of average, but they've done some of the little things to get on base during the course this year. 277, 7th in the league coming into today as the pitch misses, and Higdon has all of a sudden lost the zone. A 5-pitch walk to Larson, ball 1 to Adams. Sodbuster trying to manufacture a 2-out rally here, leading it 2-0. The pitch low for ball 2. Good stop there to keep the runner at first. 2-0 the count as Matt Spear working behind the plate with first baseman Bentley Bookout, second baseman Kanan Dodge. Austin Baskin is the shortstop. At third base, it's Tyler Harrington for the Fremont Moo. 2-0 the count. Throw over to first base, and a small lead there for Brandon Larson. He's back in relatively easy. And see if the Sodbusters have anything cooking here with a 2-0 count and 2 outs. Perhaps a take sign for Sam Adams. Here's the pitch. Adams watches it go by for strike 1. 2-1 the count on Sam Adams.
Trevor Matson, I didn't even notice till last inning, is the first base coach tonight. I saw him with a helmet on earlier, but I thought he was just playing ball boy or something. And so he's first base coach tonight. No Jake Bigham.
2-1 the count, and the pitch misses for ball 3. And heard the fact that a wedding maybe taking some Sodbusters away, and that it could be Bigham. Bigham could be one of those guys.
Fremont would be fine with that, I'm sure.
3-1 the count with 2 outs, and the pitch. Ball 4. So back-to-back walks from Higdon after he set down 3 in a row since he came in last inning. And now it's going to be Danny Garcia for the Hastings Sodbusters trying to find a way to manufacture a run. And now Hastings will put a pinch runner in there. We talked about the versatility they can have when given the opportunity. So much speed on this team, and Tegan Tamia, who's certainly a capable batter, gets a chance to run here out at second base for Brandon Larson.
Well, we were talking about that, before the game. We hadn't seen Tegan in a while, and you've got so many infielders and so many versatile guys in this team that he's not getting a whole lot of at-bats right now, but he's also a guy that can come off the bench and really make something happen on the base pass. And putting in the much faster runner with only a 2-run lead, I like the move here from Luke Bay. You've got versatility at first base, so why not?
You very much so, and good to see Tamia out there. He's a guy, and I'm not sure how many times he's batted 4th in his life, but had a chance to bat cleanup for the Hastings Sodbusters a couple of times this year. And decent speed. He's got 3 stolen bases on the year. Don't know if he's going to be stealing right here, but any hit to the outfield should score Tamia with Danny Garcia. Big chance. Garcia 0 for 2, a couple of strikeouts. He's probably happy to see Kai Taylor gone. He was hit by a pitch as well. Sodbusters trying to find a way to add to a 2-0 lead. We're in the bottom half of the 7th inning. It's getting late. Sodbusters 6 outs away from a very important win here in the Nebraska Land Division, trying to go 6 games over 500 and maintain first place in the division. Pitch low for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes on Garcia.
And there is right-handed action in the Moo bullpen. And if we can't see the number of the guy on the mound, it is impossible to see through 3 screens out in the bullpen. But I can tell you he's right-handed. That pitch just misses, and Higdon, after missing badly, doesn't get the borderline call there, and now the count Garcia's way. The wheels are a-turning. Sodbusters lead it 2-0. They've out-hit Fremont 6-1 in the game, but just a narrow 2-run lead. Higdon out of the stretch. Pitch is grounded right back to Higdon. That should do it. He will underhand toss to first, and that will end the inning. No runs on no hits. 2 men left. The Sodbusters have now stranded 9 in the game. We head to the 8th inning. Josh Salmon will take you home when we come back. 2-0 Hastings. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Life is busy. Between family events, the kids' activities, work, and driving here and there, who has time to wait in the checkout line? The new Sam's Club Scan and Go app lets you scan, pay, and head to the door. Or try curbside pickup. Just shop, park, and let them load it into your car. Curbside pickup for Plus members starts at 7 a.m. Monday through Saturday. Get all the products you love at the prices you expect from Sam's Club and skip the lines. Sam's Club, making busy lives less stressful.
It is Sodbuster Baseball. Hastings making a defensive adjustment. We saw Tamia come in and run for Larson. Now Trevor Matson will enter the game at that spot of the batting order. That would be the 4th spot in the batting order. He is in defensively at first to begin this 8th inning. And out there is Jake Schroeder continuing to roll along. Some 90-plus pitches in this game, but he's allowed just 1 hit, trying to work his way through the 8th. It's still very much a ball game. Sodbusters 2 and Fremont 0, and here is Josh Salmon.
All right, thank you, Steve. Yeah, Schroeder ain't broke, don't fix it. He's pitching very well, but they have had Mazzini warming up over there for a little while. Some other guys playing some long toss as of right now. And you look at how many times Jake Schroeder's pitched this year, he has not gone longer than 6 1/3 innings, so definitely the longest outing of the year for him, but probably his best outing of the year as well. So he will see the 7, 8, 9 hitters here for Fremont. That's Spear up there for ball 1. Going to be Harrington and Lewis scheduled. 1 ball, no strikes, 2-0 Sodbusters. 2 runs on 6 hits, no errors for Sodbusters. Fremont is no runs, 1 hit, and 1 error. Strike 1 there. So Schroeder just putting on a clinic out here today. And he's the one that kept his team in this game because the bats aren't doing it. That one on the outside corner for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Schroeder against Matt Spear. Spear is the guy with the only hit for Fremont. That one came back in the 3rd. 2 balls, 2 strikes for the catcher. A couple different catchers on their roster. You have Spear, and we saw Nichols on Monday, Schneider, and they also have Ian Graff, which we saw come in the game on Monday. 3-2. Graff leads the team in a couple offensive categories, but not in the game tonight.
And didn't come in until relatively late on Monday. And I wonder if he's dinged a little bit.
Yeah, you're not sure what's going on there. 3-2 coming up here from Schroeder. And ball 4. So walk given up, and it's the first base runner to reach base for Fremont since the 5th inning.
Yeah, and they have not had much success in terms of getting their leadoff man aboard. That's the 3rd time in the game, and Schroeder really having to bear down here. Very much a game, and it looks like going to be a visit to the mound here for Luke Bay as Schroeder walking the first man in the 8th inning.
Well, it is going to be a pitching change, and it's not going to be Chris Mazzini. I saw Luke Bay make the signal as soon as he came out of the dugouts. And we're going to go with a right-hander here coming into the game. Sodbuster Baseball. Take a quick break and come back and get you some numbers on our new starter, Jake Schroeder. Fist bumps him. What a good night for Jake Schroeder. This crowd, listen to them.
Are you tired of lousy internet and faceless customer service? It's time to experience local, honest, hassle-free, and exceptional. That's the Allo promise. We not only provide crazy fast fiber internet, crystal clear TV, and dependable phone service, but we choose to become a part of the communities we serve and love when everyone calls or stops by our store to say "Allo." So don't settle for mediocre, settle for exceptional with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/local.
And a pitching change for the Sodbusters as David Rudgrove comes into the game out of the bullpen. They had Mazzini warming up for a little bit, but Rudgrove was throwing here briefly last inning as well. He will come in and take in for Jacob Schroeder. What a night for Schroeder. Takes over with just the one runner on base. For Rudgrove, he's got he's 3-0. All those wins coming out of the bullpen. 0.81. Excuse me. 0.81 ERA. He has pitched in 6 games, 11 innings. Struck out 10 batters in that time, and has walked 7, given up 6 hits. He has been very, very good for the Sodbusters out of the bullpen, and we need another good outing from him here.
And Jake Schroeder, tip of the hat to him. 7 innings, 1 hit allowed. He struck out 8, walked 4, and hit 1. Through nearly 100 pitches, and if he could have got that first out in the 8th, he'd probably still be in there, but I like the move from Luke Bay. Probably the end of the line for Schroeder, and you don't want to let it get too far away. David Rudgrove's been very capable, and you've also got other bullpen help as well, so a guy like Rand Sanders waiting in the wings as well, and so you turn it over to the bullpen and try to get the final 6 outs and win this game.
Yep, and you got Sagment kind of moving around down there as well, so don't be surprised if you don't see him if they need to, but you've had all the confidence right now in Rudgrove the way he's been throwing. So he will face Tyler Harrington with a runner on first. After the walk to Spears. Spears on first. Harrington up here, the third baseman, has walked twice tonight himself. Rudgrove's first pitch coming up. And fouled straight back for strike 1. Busters a half game up. The lead right now on Western Nebraska. But this division is wide open. The 0-1 coming up here. Busters still lead 2-0. Fremont with a runner on base. That one up high. Harrington represents the tying run for Fremont. It's different seeing Fremont this year and not seeing the smiling face of Nate Rohr. He's been their broadcaster since the beginning, but Nate doing something else this year, so shout out to him if he's watching. Ball and a strike. High strike down to first, and safe down there. Not a bad throw there for Bond. Likes to keep him honest. 1 ball, 2 strikes. David Rudgrove on relief of Jake Schroeder. Runner on first will be credited to Schroeder. Checking him closely is Rudgrove. Pitch comes. Nice off-speed pitch. Swung on and missed. Got him on that one. That thing was beauty.
Good start for Rudgrove to get that first out, keeping that runner at first, and Sodbusters trying to find a way. You heard Scott Galusha talking about it. I mean, it's some of the biggest games in Sodbuster history over the next week. If they can find a way to have a good string here, hold on, they qualify for the playoffs as the first half champion.
Moo has struck out 9 times in this game. Hastings 11. Pitch on the way here is up high to Hayden Lewis.
What is this, Major League Baseball?
That's usually the way it is, isn't it?
Except no home runs. Usually it seems like Major League Baseball is either a home run or strikeout.
Yeah.
No home runs here today.
The guy's batting 250. He hits 50 home runs, but doesn't do anything else. 1-0. And in there for a strike. That's been a very liberal strike all night from the home plate umpire. Buster scored the first run in the first, and then one back in the 6th inning, but Fremont with a 0 up there. Tying run represented at the plate right now in Hayden Lewis, but he is down the count, 1-2. So Rudgrove taking over here with a runner on for Jake Schroeder, who's done an outstanding job. You'd love to see him get the W in this one. Got a little ways to go yet. Rudgrove comes set and goes a little low on that one, doesn't get the call. 2-2.
No appeal to second. Does a good job checking his swing from Hayden Lewis. Sodbuster fans were hoping for it. Grumbled a little bit, but I think the good call all the way around. Probably out of the zone, and I don't think he went around.
A couple pitchers playing catch over there. Jacob Shaw, Manny Herrera just loosening up their arms, but not warming yet. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Out a little fister into left field. That's going to be a tough one, and that'll be 1. He's going to stay at 1, respecting the arm out there of Garrett Kennedy. So a single there, only the second hit of the night, and this one off the 9th place hitter, Hayden Lewis.
Yeah, great pitch for David Rudgrove. That's baseball sometimes. I mean, you're not going to get much better than that. There's a weak little flare over the third baseman's head, but now top of the order coming up, and the tying runs are on there for Fremont as David Rudgrove. See if he can dish up a double play ball here to a guy like Darian Morphew. Does run it well, although Morphew did hit into a double play earlier in the game.
So 2 on here, 1 out for Fremont. It would be hard to double off Morphew, but they can do it. He is 0 for 2 on the night. 281 batting average. Fremont, Morphew represents the go-ahead run, fouls that one straight back. It's an exciting time for Hastings Sodbuster baseball. People are like, wow, I really like watching this team, and just, the exciting atmosphere and the attitudes and just the walk-off games we had, and it's been a fun season. Let's keep that rolling. We're almost halfway through here. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out, 2 on. 2-0 Hastings. Darian Morphew up for Fremont and lays off with a changeup. And wow, where was that?
A little bit high.
1 ball, 1 strike. Rudgrove shakes it off, comes back out, gets a sign, gets a different one. Steps off. You've got Spears standing at second base. He walked. Hayden Lewis singled a moment ago. He is at first base for Fremont. Batters Darian Morphew, and strike 2. Morphew, outstanding outfielder. It's hard to get anything past him in center field. Right now he's trying to do something with his bat. 0 for the night. Only 2 hits by Fremont in the contest. Allen popped up and foul at a play on the third base line. That'll be out of Duncan, probably in the grass between here and the railroad tracks. So Fred Bond going to talk to his pitcher out there, just discuss a little something. Maybe they're having a little communication issue or a certain way they want to throw to Morphew here. Been a beautiful night. Winds have been about 90 miles an hour consistently here tonight at Duncan Field. Get your temperature at 82. We've only dropped a couple degrees. Been pretty steady. The Hastings faithful still here, enjoying some snacks and there's some new items. Concession stand if you come tomorrow. 9 innings of winning, chance to win tomorrow with some raffle going on. We'd love to see you out here for game number 3. Right now, Buster's trying to win this one, but we're here in the 8th. Rudgrove, the 1-2 coming up to Darian Morphew. Fouls it straight back. Morphew doing a good job on that cut on the fastball.
Good battle going on here. Fremont had 2 base runners in the 3rd. They had 2 base runners in the 5th inning, so the 3rd time today that they have 2 on. They have not been able to play to run, but the game's certainly in jeopardy with the Sodbusters on top 2-0.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, 2 on here for Fremont. They're down 2-0 in the bottom of the 8th. Rudgrove on relief. Swung and a miss, pulled the string on that breaking ball. He has an outstanding breaking ball when it's working, and that time it was working.
2 outs in the inning, and it'll be up to Kanan Dodge, certainly a capable hitter. But how about David Rudgrove? Made 5 appearances for NAI Regional Qualifier Hope International in the spring, and he has been a stalwart out of the pen right here, trying to put out this rally for Fremont in the 8th and keep it clean heading into the bottom of the frame.
Both strikeouts via the breaking ball from David Rudgrove. 2 outs. Kanan Dodge comes up trying to keep the inning alive here for Fremont in the 8th, down by 2 at 2 on. There is a breaking ball. That one just a little high, doesn't break too much. Ball 1. His changeup looks very similar to his curveball out of the hand, and that's why he's so effective. Talked about the arm slot tonight of Jake Schroeder as well. His arm slot was hard to read because he's releasing everything about the same place. When you're a batter, that's tough. Here's the 1-0 from Rudgrove. That one misses. 2-0. David Rudgrove in his 7th appearance for the Sodbusters. He's walked 7 batters in 6 appearances coming into tonight. Has an 8th walk standing out there in second base. Matt Spear, you have Lewis
over on first base. That one fouled off. 2 balls and 1 strike. We joke about David Rudgrove being the win vulture. He comes on games where he ends up being the pitcher of record and getting the win. All 3 of his wins have come out of the bullpen. Tonight we'd like him to be the save vulture, as Steve called him, and get the save out of this one. He'll have to go a couple innings. Right now he's just trying to get out of the 8th. There is 2 down. 2 balls, a strike, 2 outs, 2 on here. Rudgrove does check his runners. Pitch coming up here to Kanan Dodge. And in there for a strike. Dodge doesn't like it, but that's been called all night. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2-0 Hastings, bottom 8. Josh Salmon, Steve Stein, Caden Kirkak, our camera producer. To my right, here is David Rudgrove's 2-2 offering. And chopper foul on third base side. So we'll do it again at 2-2. You have Scott Galusha talking things over with Shea Bennett. They know each other pretty well. Like to joke. Besides seeing each other so many times last year, they've known each other for a while. So here's the 2 ball, 2 strike count again. Crowd making some noise here at Duncan Field. Rudgrove gets a sign from Fred Bond. Pitch coming up here. Kanan Dodge fouls it straight back, and again, a good at bat here by a Fremont Moo batter. This time, Kanan Dodge keeping it alive.
So Morphew foul off a couple of pitches. Kanan Dodge will see the 7th pitch of this at bat. Runner at first and second, 2 outs. Game on the line here in the 8th. The tying runs on there for the Fremont Moo, and the Sodbusters trying to hold that 2-0 lead.
And now I see nobody warming for, or tossing even for Hastings, so it's David Rudgrove's game here. He likes these situations. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and that one up high and outside, 3-2. And he looks at Fred and he says, "That's my bad."
Just tried to overthrow that one a little bit, see if he can get back within himself. He knows this is a big pitch because now the Fremont batter will see his runners in motion, so a gapper could tie the game. So this is a huge pitch in this game.
Outfield pretty much straight away. Pitch on the way, and that one in the dirt, so it's going to be ball 4. So now bases loaded here for Fremont. Not going down easy are the Moo in the 8th.
Good at bat for Dodge, and now you've got Spear at third base, Lewis at second, Dodge aboard at first. A little visit here from Fred Bond, the catcher, to talk to David Rudgrove, and now you've got the number 3 hole hitter coming up who is due. Espequito has had a very good year, and now any old single, we likely have a tie game.
Having fun at the old ballpark here is, wow, one of our interns is jumping
Whoa,
in Buster's.
And dropped
oh,
him.
no.
Just dropped him. Okay, at least
Buster
there's
goes
no
down.
head. Yeah, Buster goes down, and so did the intern. And yeah, this is it's ugly. It's ugly.
We got insurance on Buster.
Hopefully everybody's okay. It's kind of taken away from what is a big moment in the game.
It
All
is.
right. Okay.
So bases loaded here for Fremont. 2 outs. 2-0 Hastings. David Rudgrove in a bit of a situation here, coming in for Schroeder. Give up a walk and a single. The runner on third is Schroeder. Swung on and missed there by Espequeta. Strike 1. Espequeta 0 for 3 tonight. Fly out, 2 strikeouts. No balls and 1 strike. Rudgrove trying to finish off the inning here. Setting the outfield, playing Dallin Quigley a little more towards right center. That one back up the middle. That's going to score at least 1. Quigley will come up with the ball. He will come up firing. Back to second base. They can't get the guy. 2 runs will score. This thing is all tied up.
Dadgummit. And Jake Schroeder will not get a win. And, hey, good job for Fremont. They get the 1-out hit off of Rudgrove. They get the 2-out walk off of Rudgrove. And Espequeta, good hitter, comes through with a nice pitch. Didn't try to do too much. Took it right back up the middle, and we are all square at 2 here in the 8th.
Well, 2 runs wasn't going to be enough against Fremont. Even though they're not the Fremont team they were last year. We saw a tired Fremont team on Monday, but they just got the clutch hit when they needed to, right back up the middle, and nothing you could do on that one. So, Rudgrove, now the pitcher of record. The night is done for Jake Schroeder. That run will be charged to him.
The first one will.
Right, sorry, the first one, yes. Second one will not.
And now a wild pitch, and now all of a sudden Fremont a single here, and they take the lead for the first time today. This a huge at-bat for Bentley Bookout, who's ahead in the count, 1 ball, no strikes.
Well, we talk about how great David Rudgrove has been this season. He's laboring here. He's having a hard time this inning trying to finish off the Moo. This is all coming with 2 outs. Rudgrove coming up on 27 pitches right now. Pitch on the way, and that went high. His first inning of work, 27 pitches, and this is the 7th man to reach the plate this inning for Fremont. 2 singles, 2 walks this inning by Hastings pitching. Only 3 hits in the game by Fremont, but it's been enough thus far to tie it up. 8th inning, 2-2, our score. That one, wow. Right down the middle and missed. Ball 3.
You would think a visit to the mound may be forthcoming if Rudgrove can't find a way to find the zone here against Bookout. 3-0 the count on him, who was 0 for 3 coming out of this at-bat.
Yeah, there was a couple sodbusters tossing earlier. I see a ball moving around down there, but I don't see any people, so. That one is high, and it's ball 4, another walk. So things have really come unraveled here for David Rudgrove. Coming in the game, struck out the first batter he saw, then he gave up a single, strikeout, walk, single, and another walk.
And, of course, every moment is big when it's a 2-2 game now, but you'll look back to the number 9 hitter, Lewis, when he just lifted that little flare with 2 outs down the third base line. That kind of got it rolling, and then Rudgrove now has seen the last 3 reach against him with the walk, the single, and the walk, the big hit. Aspequetta with the 2-run single to get it tied. And now conversation from Luke Bay and his entire infield as the Sodbusters trying to get out of this now still in a tie game. And, well, what would it be if it's Sodbuster baseball without drama in the latter innings? It seems like the majority of the games, Sodbusters coming into this game 7-3 on the home field, but there have not been many games that Monday night game notwithstanding that there have been easy breaths in the latter innings.
Take a look at the Spearfish Sasquatch at home hosting Gem City Bison. 7-1 Spearfish is leading that one. Casper at home hosting Nebraska Prospects. Prospects leading 6-5 in that game. And Badland Big Sticks at home leading 2-0 in the 4th. Our score 2-2 here. Fremont with bases loaded. David Rudgrove with 2 outs. Struggling to get the 3rd out here against Fremont after a mound visit. See the 8th batter of the inning in Zex Seminoa. Seminoa down the third base line, past Zimmerman. That'll score 1 run. They're going to wave the runner around. That'll score. No, it's going to be plate to plate. No, it just throws a little off, and it will be 4-2 now, Fremont.
Fremont has come back with a vengeance. Wow.
2 RBI single there for Zex Seminoa. That is the 3rd hit of the inning. 4 runs this inning for the Fremont Moo.
So Sodbusters just cannot get the fire put out here in this frame. Some days it's going to go well, some days it's not, and David Rudgrove has seen it come unraveled. 4 straight have reached with 2 outs, and Fremont now with a 2-run lead. They've totally turned this game around as the 9th man to bat in the inning is Austin Baskin.
All right, and there is somebody very quickly warming up in the bullpen for Hastings. David Rudgrove, not his night tonight. Came in with a runner on and got 2 outs and just wasn't able to close the door. So Fremont now with a 4-2 lead. Now you're 2-2, you're thinking, okay, we can come back on this one. Now you're down by 2. Hastings only has 6 outs themselves left in this game. A little chin music there as Rudgrove is having a hard time with location.
And Jake Schroeder, really reminiscent of the last time he pitched here when he worked 6 1/3 innings, was outstanding, but ended up with a no decision as the Sodbuster pen couldn't hold it. Today, similar situation as 4 have come across, just one of those going against Jake Schroeder, the other 3 to David Rudgrove as this inning continues.
Austin Baskin gives it a ride down the right field side, and running his feet off out there is Tyson Gertis trying to get that 3rd out, but it was just out of his area and over towards the bullpen. So we'll do the 2-1 here, coming up to Austin Baskin. 9th man to reach the plate here in the 8th inning.
And Western Nebraska off today, but all they can do is smile with a 13-9 record. And just waiting in the wings. North Platte, similar situation, right behind the Hastings Sodbusters. They're hoping for a Fremont win today, and plus Fremont right there as well. 4 teams battling it out in the final week of the first half.
2-1 pitch coming up here to Baskin is outside, 3-1. We'll see Western Nebraska here Tuesday, Wednesday next week. So as you mentioned, this series and even the next series with the Prospects, extremely important here for the first half, to wrap up the first half.
And that first Western Nebraska game is the final game of the first half. And that could be, who knows, that could be for the division title or for the first half title.
3-1 from David Rudgrow. Fouled off. Baskin mad at himself. He swung at ball 4. Just a little late on that one.
But 3-2, and that will again give Fremont the added advantage. Runners at first and second, 2 outs, 3-2 the count. The runners will be off, and a gapper. They could take a huge lead here, already up by 2 with 4 runs on the board in the top of the 8th.
Coming into this inning, Fremont had no runs. They had 1 hit, and now they have 4 hits and 4 runs in the game. That one fouled off right field, first base side, and out of play.
And again, the head coach, Luke Bay, a pitcher himself, he is trying to give David Rudgrow every opportunity to get out of this. This would likely be his last batter, you would think, if he cannot retire. Austin Baskin has gone to the limit here with Basket at 3-2 and first and second.
Yeah, 2 guys warming up in the bullpen for Hastings right now. Payoff pitch coming up here, and he steps off. Hard to tell from here who's exactly warming up for Hastings, but there is 2 guys out there. So, see if this is the end of the line for Hastings. Popped up and first base side and out of play. Looks like Blake Burrows actually is warming up. I see a number 3 out there. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 4 runs in this inning for Fremont. All that coming with 2 outs. 9th man to reach the plate here for Fremont in the 8th. Rudgrow came in and Jacob Shaw walked the first batter of the inning, and Rudgrow has not been able to finish off the Moo here in the 8th. Here is 3-2. That one gets away from the catcher, but it doesn't matter. It's ball 4. Bond able to get it quickly before the run can score. Now bases loaded once again.
And it is Blake Burrows. You mentioned it warming, and David Rudgrow. Looks like that is going to be it for him. The Hastings Sodbusters as a pitching change will be made. But boy, oh boy, Fremont turned it around. 4-2 the Moo on top. As a pitching change will be made. Shall we take a quick break, and we'll tell you about the new pitcher when we come back. It's Sodbuster.
Are you tired of lousy internet and faceless customer service? It's time to experience local, honest, hassle-free, and exceptional. That's the Allo promise. We not only provide crazy fast fiber internet, crystal clear TV, and dependable phone service, but we choose to become a part of the communities we serve and love when everyone calls or stops by our store to say Allo. So don't settle for mediocre, settle for exceptional with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/local.
Well, Blake Burrows comes in as a pitching change for Hastings, 3rd pitcher of the night. The night is done for David Rudgrow, and he's just going to want to forget this one and hit the showers, but he's going to want to see what his team does first, down by 2, and it's up to Burrows to make his pitching debut here in a tight spot. What a way to come in, just throw in the fire and see what you can do. I like the test here by Luke Bay.
Yeah, really. I mean, it's kind of fun to get a chance to see him pitch. You wish it wouldn't have been until tomorrow, and maybe a relief outing. You were hoping that Rudgrow would maybe come in and finish the job, but David really struggling today. So get a chance to see the left-hander Blake Burrows. Burrows with an opportunity here. He went to Kansas State for 3 years, spent 1 year at Texas Rio Grande Valley. He's from Weatherford, Texas, and still weighing his college options for the coming year. We've seen him play some solid outfield, and now an opportunity to be on the hill here, just trying to get an out, keep it 4-2, and see what the Sodbusters can get done with 6 outs to work with.
So we hadn't seen Burrows in the game tonight, and he's coming out the bullpen. So see what he can do there, as Jacob Schroeder did such an outstanding job but will not get the win tonight. And right now the Busters are just happy if anybody can get the win. They're down by 2. Still got 6 outs left for them. We're in the top of the 8th. This will be the 10th man to reach the plate. He started the inning, Matt Spear.
Yeah, and Spear earned the walk against Jake Schroeder. That seems like a long time ago. That was Jake's last batter. And David Rudgrove struck out the first man he faced, but his line is not pretty. 2/3 of an inning, 3 runs allowed with 3 guys on there. His responsibility, allowing 3 runs so far, 3 hits, struck out 2 and walked 3. And so tough night at the office for David Rudgrove. Burrows, see if he can find a way to get the final out and at least give Hastings a fighting chance in the final 2 at-bats.
Third pitcher of the game, third pitcher of the inning for the Hastings Sodbusters is Blake Burrows. The pitching stats for him, making his Buster debut on the mound. We know what he can do in the outfield. Know what he can do with the bats. Right now, just trying to close out the inning. And there's still other guys warming up. There's 3 guys, in fact, right now throwing over there. So he may just try to come in and get the one out. Matt Spear, who led this inning off, takes the first pitch for a ball. Walks have been the enemy tonight of Sodbuster pitching. I got 8. And a hit batsman. Only 4 hits for Fremont, but 4 runs. Blake Burrows, 1-0 offering coming up. And in there for a strike. Ball on a strike. So Fremont able to put up 4 runs and 3 hits this inning. With 2 outs, still have runners everywhere. The bases are full of Moo. Burrows wants a new sign, gets it from Fred Bond. Blake checks his runners. Again, comes set. And the pitch, that one fouled off on the third base side. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Burrows and Sodbusters just trying to get out anywhere they can. One ball, 2 strikes. Very lively crowd yet here. Always a good rivalry when Fremont's in town. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Burrows pitch inside, just a little too inside. The umpire's been calling that corner, but that was a little too far inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So 4 walks this inning, 3 hits for Fremont, 3 runs, and 3 pitchers for Hastings. Like I said, you got 6 outs. They got to come back and they got to find their groove. Hastings has been leaving some guys on base. That pitch outside, and it goes to 3-2. So here we go. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 4-2 Fremont, top 8. Blake Burrows looks to the sky, takes a deep breath. Squats down, the lefty gets the sign against the left-handed batting, Matt Spear. Catcher, second time up this inning. And the pitch. High chopper down third base line. Zimmerman. It's a fair ball. They throw it across. So they get him. And they call him safe. That's an infield single. It was a very high hopper. Zimmerman had to hurry to get it across the diamond. And Luke Bay is not happy. We got to see what's going to happen here. Luke has been on these umpires all night long, and for good reason.
Well, tough call, but, you walk 4 in the inning. It's really academic in terms of that particular situation. A run scores 5-2, and you kind of put yourself in a tough spot. You don't want the umpire to have an influence in the game, and too many free passes, and Luke's not happy about this, but the Sodbusters now down by 3 runs in the game. And, a lot of times a game like this, who is going to execute with 2 outs when you've got 2 evenly matched teams? And how about the Fremont Moo? 6 in a row have reached with 2 outs. It was still a 2-1 game, or 2-0 game, I should say, with 2 outs. But now 5 in a row have scored after 6 straight have reached with 2 outs for the Fremont Moo.
So 4 hits, 5 runs in this inning. And now in charge is Rudgrove. Blake Burrows pitch. Again, perhaps a little high. I'm not sure what that is. 1 ball, no strikes. These umpires are not going to be getting a Christmas card from Luke Bay tonight. I'm just going to tell you that this year.
Oh, they may. I mean, it's only June.
He's got a couple months, but it's going to take a little while.
Yep.
1 ball, no strike. Swung on and missed on the fastball. Burrows said, "Here it is."
We're all about forgiveness.
1 and 1.
Christmas is a time of forgiveness. Time of redemption. So
it
you
may
can
take 6 months to get over that.
You can send it.
There you go.
Summer baseball game. We can still send Christmas cards.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. 5-4 Moo. All their runs coming this inning. Burrows trying to finish off the inning. Done all this damage with 2 outs. Busters do have bodies in the bullpen warming up, so Jake Schroeder started, then David Rudgrove, now Blake Burrows out there on the hill. First time he's pitched for Sodbusters this year. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases loaded for the Moo. Swung on and missed, got him, and the marathon inning is over for strikeout for Blake Burrows. But as I mentioned, it was 5 runs on 4 hits and 3 men left on base. At the end of 7.5, it is 5-2 Fremont. Busters coming back, got some work to do down the last 6 outs. This is Sodbuster.
Are you tired of lousy internet and faceless customer service? It's time to experience local, honest, hassle-free, and exceptional. That's the Allo promise. We not only provide crazy fast fiber internet, crystal clear TV, and dependable phone service, but we choose to become a part of the communities we serve and love when everyone calls or stops by our store to say Allo. So don't settle for mediocre, settle for exceptional with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/local.
Welcome back to Sodbuster Baseball from Duncan Field. Josh Salmon, Steve Stein along with you as Busters need a little rally, so I put my rally cap on, my inside-out rally cap, and I don't know if people still do that, but I'm doing it. Busters down by 3 now after going into the 8th inning up by 2. And 2 runs wasn't going to be enough against Fremont, and it hasn't been this far, but like I said, still 6 outs, still ways to go. Busters are going to have to find ways to get guys in. They've been leaving them on base tonight.
You would think, but Ben Higdon hasn't had a whole lot of experience on the mound, and maybe that you'd get an opportunity against this University of Memphis product, but he's done a decent job. But Sodbuster's going to have the bottom of the order here. Love to find a way to turn that order over and get some runs right back and get the momentum back on your side. Hey, give Fremont all the credit. They took advantage of the opportunities and getting 6 straight to reach with 2 outs to totally turn this game around.
Fred Bond, Tyson Gertis, Dallin Quigley scheduled up here for the Busters in the 8th. Higdon now the pitcher of record for Fremont after Kai Taylor started the game. Bond stepping in there. He does have 1 hit on the day. Shows bunt, pulls back, and it's a ball. So Bond, it's important to get the leadoff hitter on here. You need base runners. You need 2 to tie and 3 to take the lead. And you're in the 8th inning. 2 balls, no strikes. Higdon. He is in his 2nd inning, a full inning of work. Came in the 6th inning. And 3 balls and 3 pitches. You like the ratio here. Fred Bond probably taking here.
If he's not taking, Scott Galusha may run to the dugout.
Yeah, he's gonna. And ball 4. So another walk by Fremont pitching, although Busters really haven't capitalized on it too much. I got 6 walks given up by Fremont pitching tonight. Yes, it is. Kai Taylor started the game, went 5 2/3, gave up 6 hits, both runs charged to him, 3 walks, struck out 9. Higdon's been in since then. Tyson Gertis comes up. He's 0 for 3. He is due tonight, 0 for 3 with a pop-out and 2 strikeouts. Fred Bond on first, and that pitch inside for a ball.
There is right-handed action for Fremont behind Higdon.
You wonder, they leave Bond in. They have other catchers. You thought maybe they would perhaps run for him.
And if it's a 1-run game, they probably do, but they need 3 at this point.
Yeah, that's true. A good defensive catcher. You hate to take him out of the game. Pop up to first base, foul out. That's not what you want to do. 0 for 4 is Tyson Gertis. 1 down.
He'll be disappointed with that, trying to get at least a productive at bat to get a guy in scoring position. Didn't happen, and we'll see what Dallin Quigley can do.
Yeah, if you were Gertis, you want to do like a sacrifice fly or sac bunt or something to get the runner scoring position, but brings up Dallin Quigley with one down. Quigley has walked, struck out, called out on batter interference in the fourth. I'm not sure how to write that, so I just wrote batter interference. BI maybe?
Yeah, I put batter interference because I thought if I try to
initiate.
Yeah, I thought
what's that gonna
I'll
be?
look back and say what did I write there? So
Look back tomorrow and you're like, what was that in the fourth?
Mm-hmm.
What is BI? No balls, one strike, one on here for the Busters, down by 3. Throw over to first, close, but Bond goes diving back.
Other scores: Spearfish leading Gem City 8-1. The big game in the Great Plains division, Badlands over Canyon County, trying to reacquire first place in that division. Has come down to the final week. Canyon County in first place for the first time this year, a half game up over Badlands after they won yesterday.
No balls, one strike, one out. Dallin Quigley takes a strike inside. That's been called pretty consistently. Ball and a strike. Busters have a run in the first and a run in the 6th inning. They desperately use some runners here. Need 3 just to tie. 1 down. Quickly you can get on, do something here. You have Garrett Kennedy, Zimmerman, Harper. You like your chances. Dallin Quigley did a good job with RBIs himself. I mentioned he had 3 home runs this season in college. Got some RBIs in. Higdon not even blinking on the mound at the timeout. The 0-2 coming up here from Ben Higdon. Now he steps off. So playing a little bluff out there. A little chess match going on. The ball's 2 strikes, 1 out. 5 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for Fremont. 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors for Hastings, and they hit him.
Just what Sodbusters will take. Need base runners and trying to find a way here with 1 out. They'll get the tying run to the plate and the top of the order coming up.
So Dallin Quigley on base via the hit batsman.
Leads the team in that category. Does Dallin Quigley? Has been hit now. I think he is, let's see, hit batsman. Sorry about that. 7 times.
Yeah. Wow. So Garrett Kennedy comes up with 2 on. Hit batsman for Higdon. That's his first. There was one earlier thrown by the starter Taylor. 2 on here for the Busters, 1 out. Bottom 8, 5-2 Fremont. And that pitch upstairs.
Sodbusters, if you can get 1 or 2, give yourself a better chance into the ninth. You'd love to get all 3, and, perfect world to get 4 and just go ahead and win this game in the ninth. But at least the start of a rally.
I've got my rally cap on. That pitch is inside. It's 2-0. It's only silly if it doesn't work.
I do not. Because I really like my Sodbuster hat, and I don't want to mess it up.
2 balls, no. I've got my Sodbuster hat on inside out. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. I played a lot of bench. I played a lot of sitting on the bench in baseball, so I know a lot of rally caps. Here's the 2-0. Outside, 3-0. There's action in Fremont bullpen. A righty over there warming up as well, so Higdon, pitcher of record right now for Fremont. Coming up on 40 pitches.
Over 40 pitches now.
Excuse me, 40, yeah. Pitch on the way. Strike. Or excuse me, that's a ball. No, they did call it a strike. 3-1.
Yeah, with the crowd reaction, that's a strike.
So I've got him, 42 pitches.
You got it.
I take my shoes off on that one count. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 on here for the Busters. Pitch on the way. Ooh, and that's some chin music there. And that's ball 4.
And 43 pitches, 26 of them have been balls. So, he has not been really consistent within the zone. And the Sodbusters just flat handed an opportunity to come right back. They've already stranded 9 in the game coming into this inning. They're down by 3. And basically, you have been given 3 base runners. If you can't take advantage, it's just not going to be your night. So here's every opportunity to win it. Now there's going to be a pitching change. We are going to keep it right here and tell you about the new Fremont pitcher once we pick up a number as the Sodbusters do trail it by a score of 5-2. Fremont totally turning this game around in the top of this inning, putting up 5 runs on 4 hits. have still out-hit them 6-5, and now they are flat, given a great chance. Fred Bond drew a 4-pitch walk after a pop-up from Gertis, a hit batsman from Dallin Quigley, and then Garrett Kennedy, a 5-pitch walk, so he comes in there to put the bases loaded, and really just in the lineup spot you want to be. You've got your 2, 3, and hopefully 4 hitters coming up. And keep in mind, the guy batting in the 4 spot is Trevor Matson. Matson came in as a replacement for Tegan Tamia, who ran for Brandon Larson. So if you're going to win this game, these are the 3 guys you'd probably want at the plate anyway, with Zimmerman, Harper, and Matson. If these guys can get it done, more power to them. If they can't, well, that's baseball, and this is where you want to be in the order. And a 5-2 deficit. Sodbusters certainly not out of this one, as they are going to be facing a right-hander for the Fremont Moo.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure. It looks like 37 to me. It's really hard to tell even with the binoculars. Those uniforms are 32.
32 would be Trey Nichols, a former catcher, a catcher from last night from Midland University.
He's got a great mustache, by the way. I'm just going to give him that. Yeah, it's 32.
So Trey Nichols, opportunity to pitch. Like I say, we've seen him behind the plate.
Yep.
Trey Nichols is going to be making his 6th appearance, so he is a pitcher as well as a catcher. He's thrown 8 2/3 innings, allowing 3 runs on 10 hits, all of them earned. He struck out 7. He has walked 3. He has a 1-1 record, looking to earn a save here, and a very respectable 3.11 earned run average. Trey Nichols gets his opportunity for the Fremont Moo to put out the fire, and he's a hometown product from Midland University. Of course, the Fremont Moo, that's where Midland University is located. Nichols himself is from Bowling Green, Missouri, and he faces a really big predicament here with the bases loaded, just 1 out, and having to battle through the 2 and 3 spots in the batting order.
Yeah, 2, 3, and possibly even 4. Busters have 1 out. Bases loaded here for Hastings. You have 2 walks and a hit batsman on base. So Fred Bond stands on third. You have Dallin Quigley on second and Garrett Kennedy on third. And so you like the speed out there. If you can get something in the alley, all 3 of those guys could easily come in and tie this thing up. This is a big spot. Here's Brett Zimmerman. First pitch outside corner for a strike. Pitcher's called a ball a moment ago to a right-handed batter, but I'm just saying, 1 ball, no balls, 1 strike.
Hey man, let's you got your rally cap on, but let's keep your objective cap on.
There we go.
Come on.
Bases loaded. Trey Nichols in there to catch that one outside. Nice stop there by the catcher.
Rally cap's the homer cap too. All right, come on. All right, let's go. Let's just
I just called as I see it.
Maintain
Stay consistent. If you're going to call it a strike, 1 time, call it all night. 1 ball, 1 strike. This is why I don't umpire. I've done it. I don't like it. Swung on and missed. That's a very good pitch there. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Big chance for the Sodbusters, man. Like I say, this is exactly where you want to be in the batting order. If these guys can't get it done, really, that's baseball.
Very, very shallow in the outfield. Extremely shallow. It left to all the way to right. And that one way outside. So Nichols trying to find the strike zone on that one. Fred Bond on third. Quigley on second. And Kennedy on first. 1 out. The only out is a foul out by Tyson Gertis, who was the second batter of the inning. This is the 5th batter of the inning for Hastings, trailing 5-2 here in the 8th. And that one low for ball 3. So 3-2, and looks like he's pretty much just throwing fastballs out there, just locating him in different places. Samoya in left, very shallow. Morphew shallow in center, and even more shallow in right is Lewis. Against the left-handed batting, Aaron Harper. And that one to second base. This could be 2. Up to second. Back to first, and they do complete the double play. That's exactly what Fremont wanted, not what Hastings wanted to do, to get out of the inning, the ground into the double play, the old 4-6-3, and the Busters leave 1 on base. So after all that, nothing doing for Hastings in the 8th inning. They still trail 5-2. This is Sodbuster Baseball from Duncan Field. Steve Stein, Josh Salmon along with you as Busters will see if we go to the bullpen, and Blake Burrow's back out there again, number 3. We'll take a break, come right back.
Are you tired of lousy internet and faceless customer service? It's time to experience local, honest, hassle-free, and exceptional. That's the Allo promise. We not only provide crazy fast fiber internet, crystal clear TV, and dependable phone service, but we choose to become a part of the communities we serve and love when everyone calls or stops by our store to say Allo. So don't settle for mediocre, settle for exceptional with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/local.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen, a tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
Welcome back to Duncan Field. Blake Burrows back out there for the ninth inning here. Very important that Blake Burrows has a 1-2-3 inning here for Fremont. Things just really exploded for them in the eighth inning as they had 4 hits and 5 runs in the eighth. Busters answer back by leaving 2 on base and hitting into a double play. So that's the way it goes, but still got an inning left. Burrows just needs a clean inning here, and his defense behind him is solid.
Yeah, the ninth inning has been ugly for Hastings at home this year. Today it was the 8th inning, the undoing, as the 5-run inning totally turning this game around. And for Burrows, did an okay job. Came in and did allow an infield single, but then got a strikeout. And Burrows, his first full inning of work as a lefty, going to be facing a left-handed batter to begin the ninth inning.
All right, and coming up here will be Hayden Lewis. It'll be 9-1-2 for Fremont in the ninth. That one in there for a strike.
Lewis didn't think so.
It was a little inside, but he's called it pretty much that way all night. So the ball's 1 strike, 5 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for Fremont. Chopper to second base. Garcia on it, over to first, 1 down.
Good start there for Burrows, and if it doesn't go well for Hastings in terms of the comeback effort, they will look at that 8th inning, but they will look at offensively 11 batters stranded through the first 8 innings of this game.
Yeah, it's hard to win games. We've talked about that in the last series as well. They had some runners on base, and you can't win games that way. So it brings up top of the order Darian Morphew. Swung on and missed on the breaking ball. Strike 1.
Like the early action from Burrows and his first chance to see it. Look for silver linings if it doesn't go your way in terms of the comeback, and nice to see Blake Burrows get a chance on the mound. Woo, that was pretty.
0-2, that thing had some nice movement on it there. Burrows says, here, look at this thing. 0-for-3 is Morphew. And considering all 5 runs they've had up there he hasn't scored any of them. That one fouled back to the net. No balls, 2 strikes to Darian Morphew.
Yeah, Morphew struck out for the second out of that 8th inning, but then the next 6 reached for Fremont. That's your ball game, folks.
Blake Burrows on his second inning of relief. Technically faced 1 batter in the 8th inning. That one upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes. 5-2. Fremont with the lead. Big 8th inning for them. Busters like to close them out here in the 9th and get one more chance to walk it off. We haven't a walk-off and a win in a while, Steve. We're about due.
It's going to take some work. 4 runs. You would have felt so much better about yourself if you just take advantage of the opportunity with the bases loaded, 1 out. Just get 2 in that 8th inning to make it a 1-run game, but it's going to take an epic performance in the 9th.
1 ball, 2 strike pitch. Swung out and missed. Got him on that one. It's a breaking ball, and down goes Morphew. Strikeout. So strikeout for Burrows is the second one I have for him. Yeah, he struck out Harrington. So Kane brings up Cannon Dodge, and Dodge is 0-for-3 on the night. Did score a run, has walked, struck out twice, currently batting .338. Dodge, the second baseman. First pitch in there for a strike. So there was some guys warming up last inning.
Wonder if this is Burrow's game or not. For now it is. Deal 1. They set him up on the outside, but he went back inside and still got the strike.
I don't think you want to warm anybody else up at this point because Burrows has really been solid. He gave up just that infield RBI single coming in, since set down 3 in a row since then, and has been ahead of the hitters.
No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. That one popped up first base side, out of play. Bunch of little leaguers and little kids here giving chase today. Always fun with the ballpark, kids to chase the balls, and they turn them in. They get Buster Bucks, otherwise get to keep the baseball. Use the Buster Bucks towards some snacks. Great things going on tomorrow here. 9 innings of winning. We'll talk about that more. That one hit to right field. Gertis runs towards the right field line and makes the catch to retire the side. And Fremont, the 1-2-3 inning. You needed it. You got it from Blake Burrows. A great inning for him. Busters come back. 3 outs to go. This is Sodbuster Baseball. We'll keep it right here.
Yeah, Blake Burrows, really good job for him. We saw him in the outfield do a really nice job and doing it at the plate in his debut. And he was mainly a pitcher at Texas Rio Grande Valley this past year, and he was, again, kind of looking for a place to go this coming year and come in and throw a clean inning. Maybe you can catch the eye of someone. It'd be interesting to see whether he's going to be asked to play in the field or pitch. I think he'll do whatever. But when Luke Bay called and said, hey, we may need you, he said, sure. And Luke Bay and of course, the assistant coach, Chris Ceballos, those guys coaching Burrows his first 3 years of college at Kansas State. And so he was happy to come and neat to have him here and a very solid relief outing. Meanwhile, the Sodbusters trying to get something going against the third pitcher of the day for the Fremont Moo, and Trey Nichols getting exactly what he needed as he came in and got the double play ball through just 6 pitches, got that 4-6-3 twin killing. So now the Sodbusters going to have to do it the hard way with Harper, Matson, and Adams coming up here in the bottom of the ninth.
Nebraska Prospects leading on the road at Casper right now in the 5th, 8-5. We'll see the Prospects here Friday, Saturday, Sunday at Hastings. Fremont again tomorrow, 6:35. 9 innings of winning. Buy raffle tickets, chance for you to win some great prizes, including a riding lawnmower, a giant old TV. You can get an autographed Buster helmet. You can get, what else? Just a bunch of stuff to give away tomorrow for 9 innings of winning. You've got the smart TV and this tablet, a grill.
Now let's see what Aaron Harper can get going.
Harper comes in hitless tonight. I'd say he's due. Not on that pitch. Strike 1. Harper walked to begin his game in the first inning and hasn't done much since. Line out, fly out, strikeout for him. So it's your offense. Aaron Harper struggles, your offense struggles. You leave 12 guys on base, doesn't help, or 11. Strike 2. Harper trying to get something going for the Busters in the 9th. Down to the last 3 outs, down by 3 here. Harper now batting .349, and guy goes 0 for 3 and still batting .349. He's having a good year. Madsen due up next. He came in as a defensive replacement back in last day now and fouled a mile high behind us. And again, 0-2.
And you knew it was, you hoped he would, but you know he wasn't going to hit 600 all summer. There's going to be lulls and hopefully some more up spots for Aaron Harper. Right now in a little bit of a lull, quite frankly, but still a long old summer.
Trey Nichols pitches low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nichols, catcher last night, coming in and going for the save here, if you will. It'll be interesting to see Higdon gets the if he gets the win. He really didn't do much. He walked 4 guys. Down to third base. Up with it is Harrington over to first, and they barely get him. There is 1 down.
Good job for Tyler Harrington to gun down Aaron Harper. Higdon, but he was the pitcher of record when his team took the lead, so yes, he'd be the winning pitcher, and Nichols would get the save if this score holds. And good to see Trevor Matson get an at-bat here in the bottom of the ninth.
Matson coming up for his first time tonight, was base coach earlier. He basically switched places with Brandon Larson, who's now his base coach.
Yep.
So, Coach Jake Bigham not here tonight.
Here is the 1-out pitch coming up to Trevor Madsen and gets called strike 1.
Yeah, Larson was lifted for Tegan Tamia as a pinch runner back in the 7th inning, and then Madsen came into play first, the 8th.
Pitch on the way is low. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Trevor Madsen. Things really changed if you're just tuning in the 8th inning, as Fremont able to put 5 runs on in the 8th on 4 hits. They lead 5-2. Buster's down to the last 2 outs. And 1 ball, 2 strike count here to Trevor Madsen.
And you say, how did they get 5 runs on 4 hits? 4 walks in the inning, and 6 straight would reach with 2 outs for the Fremont Moo.
The 1-2 coming up here for Trevor Madsen is in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sam Adams will be next. Players that haven't been used for Sodbusters tonight. You've still got Duddleston, not in the game. Tegan Tammy, we saw him run, so he can't do anything. Also got one popped up. Who's going to give it chase? First baseman, catcher, first baseman over there. Makes the catch by his dugout. That's a very good catch by the first baseman. Book out and 2 down. It's a tough out.
Yeah, Fremont basically saving this series with that 8th inning. The Sodbusters were on the verge of clinching the series with 4 more outs, and now the Hastings Sodbusters are down to their final out. This series would be tied at 1 apiece.
Sam Adams comes up with 2 outs, trying to keep the inning and the game alive for Hastings. Nichols trying to finish things off there for Fremont. Up 5-2 here in the 9th. And that one in there for a strike. Nichols just comes in and pretty much throws fastballs. He just locates them in different places. Not the most controlled picture, but he's been effective. Here is the 0-1. Swung on 0-2. Adams also hasn't had a hit tonight. He walked twice. If he can get on, Garcia would be next. 3, 4, 5 hitters. You had Brandon Larson with 2 hits. He's not in the game. He's the only one that had any hits. That one to second base. It's a line out, and that'll do it for the Busters as they lose this one. A heartbreaker, 5-2. Fremont 5 runs, 5 hits, and 1 error. Hastings 2 runs on 6 hits and no errors. Your winning pitcher is going to be Ben Higdon, who came in relief. And your losing pitcher tonight is going to be David Rudgrove for Hastings. So Busters and Fremont tied at 1 game apiece here in the series. And boy, what a difference that 8th inning made. So we're going to take a break. We'll come back and add up some numbers here on the post-game show as Fremont wins this one 5-2. We'll be right back.
Are you tired of lousy internet and faceless customer service? It's time to experience local, honest, hassle-free, and exceptional. That's the Allo promise. We not only provide crazy fast fiber internet, crystal clear TV, and dependable phone service, but we choose to become a part of the communities we serve and love when everyone calls or stops by our store to say Allo. So don't settle for mediocre, settle for exceptional with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/local.
to plan late in contests in the 8th and 9th innings. They've seen it come undone at times. The 9th has been a real problematic situation with a couple of 6-run innings given up. They've given up a 3-run 9th. The 8th, not so much, but today it was the 8th inning, the difference in this one in terms of the defense. But offensively, just too many missed opportunities as 12 runners left on base. You had the first 3 get on back in the first, only 1 run scored. And at that time, I thought, this reminds me of when Jake Schroeder pitched the last time, and you had a whole bunch of opportunities go by the wayside, and you didn't get them done. And that kind of turned into the theme of the night. They left 2 more in the 3rd. They left a runner in the 4th. Ended up leaving the bases loaded despite scoring a run in the 6th. 2 more in the 7th. Then they had the bases loaded, 1 out in the 8th, hit into a double play, so 2 more left on. And they went very quietly in the 9th inning. And when all is said and done, the Sodbusters fall by a score of 5-2.
What a great job by Jacob Schroeder tonight, though. I mean, my hat's off to him. That kid pitched his heart out. He had great location, went 7 innings, gave up just the 1 hit, the 1 run. It was earned, but that wasn't his fault. He left the runner on when the bullpen came in. 4 walks, striking out 8. He just looked his best inning of the night, clearly. His arm placement was perfect. He was mixing up his pitches very good, and so that's a very big silver lining for a dark cloud here for Sodbusters. They didn't do much offensively, very much of anything offensively, and he did good. And you look at Blake Burrows out of the bullpen. It was good to see him make his Sodbuster debut. He was effective out of the bullpen to hold Fremont off, but just a tough 8th inning, and that's baseball. Things turn around in 1 inning, and that's exactly what happened.
Yep, Burrows an inning in the 3rd, allowing no runs on 1 hit. He gave up that infield single for an RBI, but the run was charged to David Rudgrove, and then he worked a 1-2-3 9th inning. So that one thing to certainly build on for the Hastings Sodbusters, but they will be very disappointed to not come out with a victory here today as they fall by a score of 5-2. As far as the offensive standouts, you had Garrett Kennedy go 2 for 4 with a run scored. The only other guy to have multi-hits was a guy who was taken out of the game, Brandon Larson, 2 for 3 with a run scored in the contest for the Hastings Sodbusters. For the Fremont Moo, like I say, only 5 hits in the game, and they just strung their offense together with a first and second situation and 1 out, and 2 outs, I should say. They get a walk, a 2-run single, a walk, a 2-run single, a walk, and an infield single. When all is said and done, 5 runs come across in that 8th inning to totally turn the game around. As far as hits, they had a multi-hit game from their catcher, Matt Spear. He goes 2 for 3 with an eye and a run scored. He was the only player to have more than 1 hit for Fremont. You had Nico Aspiqueta have a big 2-run single in the 9th, and Zek Samayoya with a 2-run single in the 8th. Both those 2-run hits in the 8th inning for the Fremont Moo as they put all of their offense in 1 inning, and they win the ball game by a score of 5-2. For the Hastings Sodbusters, some disappointment as they see their season mark slip to 12-8, and Western Nebraska and North Platte smiling on an off night with Western Nebraska 13-9. North Platte 13-10, so percentage points separating Hastings and Western Nebraska. North Platte a half game back, and with Fremont winning, they go to 12-9. They are right there as well. You got 4 teams within a game of one another here battling it out for the right to win the first half. And so this is a very fun, entertaining battle here to come down the stretch in the Nebraska Land Division, as they're going to be having the end of the division on the 28th of this month. So a few more games to play. Meanwhile, in the Great Plains Division, it's a 2-team race with Canyon County 13-7, Badlands 13-8, so just a half game separating that. And for the first time all year, someone behind Badlands leads that division. Badlands had it since they started 8-1, but Canyon County with their 9-7 win yesterday going in front of Badlands for the first time this year. Badlands had the lead at last report and try to close things out and win that contest. The Hastings Sodbusters falling today by a score of 5-2, and they will try to come back and get the series clincher tomorrow as Hastings takes on Fremont. We'll have the coverage at 6:35 here on YouTube. So that'll do it for broadcast. We'll try to catch Luke Bay, record an interview, and play that back for our pregame tomorrow. For Josh Salmon, for our studio engineer, Caden Kirkhack, final score once again, Fremont 5
and Hastings 2. I'm Steve Stein.